Not Paul D from New York.
From Macaroni Rascals.
Okay.
And I think that
Macaroni Rascals. What is that?
You know what that is?
No.
That's the translation to Jersey Shore in Japan.
What?
Or China, one of them. When it's on TV, Jersey Shore, they call it Macaroni Rascals.
Oh, really? No.
Oh, it's great.
I love it.
Yeah. Macaroni Rascals is one of the funniest things ever. My buddies, my best friends in New York, like that I grew up with, there's like a group of like 6 guys or whatever. And most of them are Irish. And then there's Al and Mike, and there's like a couple that are all of the Italians, but you could look at them and you could see who the Italian guys are.
Yeah.
They're all typical Jersey Shore Italian guys, and they call them the garlic nuts. When my mom died, I got a flower thing 2 days after everybody else, and it said, "So sorry for your loss. Love the garlic nuts."
2 things. One, I love that they call them Macaroni Rascals. It's kind of like with the big lady stores over there, they call them like Moo Lady, or Pig Clothes, or you know, I mean, it's just like the worst stuff. Clothes. You made me think when you said about Italians and Irish and stuff. I saw a thing with Conan O'Brien, and he was talking about how he did the ancestry thing, whatever.
Yeah,
and he's 100% Irish.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But he goes, they were talking about, they said they had never seen a 100% Irish. Like they'll see 94% and not even 97%. He goes, a lot of the people in Ireland aren't even 100% Irish. Like they'll be, the most Irish person you see there, and they'll be like 86% Irish or something like that. He goes, I'm 100% Irish. And he goes, and I asked the guy, he goes, what does that mean? He goes, it means you're inbred.
True. True. Keep it in there. I was very surprised at mine came back and it said you're very Italian. It was like you're 90% Italian, and then the conglomerate of other things that people were raped.
You got any Ashkenazi?
I had a very tiny amount of Ashkenazi, a very tiny amount of Sub-Saharan. I had I think they just make stuff up. Yeah. They're like, they look at them and they go 80 Puerto Rican, then throw the rest.
Well, I was a dog, and they sent it in. They were like 40% German, 40% Indian, and they were like, yeah, no, this isn't real.
I didn't do the 23andMe.
You didn't do it?
No, I didn't want to give my DNA to the government.
Who's got GO for? I'd love for you to do it. Nah. I'd love for you to do it and find out that guy that put you on the porch was actually your father.
He is
kill myself.
He is actually 23% porch. Not Portuguese, just porch. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we got a good show today. It is Thursday, but you will be getting a new open letter today because we were so busy yesterday. I have often said this as I'm doing the show and I'm doing an interview with somebody, and it's a one-on-one interview. I don't know how it's going for anybody else but me. I know I'm thinking to myself, this is good. I like this. This person's an interesting person, but I don't know. And now with social media, you get instant response from the audience. Everybody loved Robert Davi yesterday. I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, he was good.
I tend to get into my own interview and get lost, and I'm like, I think it's great. And then afterwards, it'll always be an 80-20. Great, bad. And it was not the case. Everybody loved him. Everybody was like, I would sit down with him for another hour and talk just about Goonies and filming and all that other stuff.
He said he's coming back. He told me when I was walking him out. He's like, "This is great. I'm going to stop by anytime I want."
Yeah, but you know what the thing was is that like he has such an interesting life, and I don't really like to nestle up with a good book. I'm not that guy, but I do like to hear stories. And now with podcasting and all that stuff, he should be doing some sort of My Life and Stories podcast. Yeah. We're just talking about like, okay, today we're going to talk about Goonies. Tomorrow we're going to talk about my interaction with Sinatra and Brando. I mean, just imagine you're a young actor in the 70s and they're like, your first movie is with the biggest star in the world.
Yeah.
How intimidating that must be.
And he took him under his wing.
And you're Italian too. You know, and you get teamed up with Sinatra.
And he can sing.
Yeah,
like if he was in here talking about his album and it was mediocre and he left, he'd be like, all right, let's just stick to the act. He's a fantastic singer, and he was such a nice, humble guy. You know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to him, and I definitely would do some stuff with him again.
You're right about him not knowing how famous he is, because I was walking him back and I was like, I had never heard you sing before, Mr. Davi, and we played it going into break and it was really good. And he goes, "You mean not just from the Goonies?" And I was like, "No, it's from the Goonies."
No, yeah. He sang in the Goonies, but even that you don't know if that's real. You don't know if that's just something. And plus, he sang opera, so even though he sounded good, you don't know if he was mocking it or what the deal was.
You know what I was watching the other day was Almost Famous, and how good of a job. Obviously, Cameron Crowe's such a fan of rock music and stuff, but how good of a job they did, not only with the music they made for that band Stillwater, but them pretending to play and sing it and stuff. Like, I watch it and I go, does Jason Lee actually sing? Can he sing? Like, because he does a very good job.
He does a great job.
Like the singing voice matches his speaking voice.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think it's him.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I know who it is. It's not, because Nancy Wilson, who in Heart was married to Cameron Crowe at the time, she actually wrote that song.
Right.
And then the guy who sang it is like a studio guy who's done some stuff, but it's not a name or anything. But yeah, it sounds great.
That used to be my password for everything. Fever Dog 69.
Oh yeah.
Almost Famous is maybe one of the most perfect movies.
It really is so good.
There's movies that are really good, but you're like, it was a little weird, but it was a great movie.
Also, Billy Crudup, I think, is one of my favorite actors of all time. Like, he is one of those guys that is good at everything that he's in, and you can tell like he's definitely a great stage actor.
You are interested in marathon. I mean, you run, so you're interested in the marathon and who wins and the times and all that stuff. Which is the same thing where the stuff that I'm, interested in is not as interesting to everybody else. You know what I mean? But Billy Crudup is in that movie where he plays Steve Prefontaine, and it's about running, and then about the early formation of Nike, and it is such a great movie.
Oh, it's so good. There's two different ones.
If you said to me, "Go watch this movie," I'd go, "No." Yeah, what's the other one? Is
Jared Leto? Yeah,
I never saw that one. Billy Crudup is so good. What is that one called?
Without Limits.
Yeah. It's such a good movie.
Donald Sutherland's great in there.
And you fall in love with that girl that he falls in love with. It's just perfectly done. And it shows you about his running career and tragic end, but also shows you about how Nike was formed, how Nike was started for the running business, It's great. And the actor really makes or breaks the movie.
Sure, yeah. Oh, I said a million times, you have Air Force One and you don't have Harrison Ford or Gary Oldman. That movie's Cheese City. Like, it's a terrible movie, but you put those two great actors.
It's still Cheese City, but it's great.
But you don't realize it because you have those two great actors, and it's intense, and you're like, oh my God, this is great. And they're doing the stuff, and you're like, this is great. You put, listen, he's a great actor, but you could throw Willem Dafoe in there and Nicolas Cage, and you're like, it's just over there. Get off my plane.
All right, I got a couple of things to address. Am I the only one that could hear the audio?
That's me.
I heard it earlier.
No, that's me.
No, we know it's you.
We know who it is.
Okay.
Why are we hearing it?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll fix it for you.
Fix it when we're off the air.
Well, I mean, I don't want
to take responsibility for that. It's my fault.
Why were you guys late?
I slipped through my alarms.
But I don't understand why one doesn't police the other.
Because I was up sickly, and I think he thought I was up because my lights in my room were on the whole time.
If you're
not out,
time,
if you're not knock.
I was up rustling around. I just lost track of time this morning, if I'm being 100% honest, and I just
that is even worse.
Yeah, I agree. It was just all bad. This morning was just all bad.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why so often?
Well, this one, like I said, is my fault 100%. So I
You're saying all the other ones have been Joe.
No, that's all I'm saying.
One is yours.
I'm saying, but this one is definitely.
When you're like rustling around, or what's Joe doing that he doesn't say, "Hey man, we got to go"?
Getting caught. I don't getting caught. He's doing what he does.
You're allowed to talk, Joe.
Okay. Well, this morning, Sugar Pants was sick, so she was throwing up all night. So I was taking care of her. I was getting her set up with this morning.
And you didn't realize you were going to be late for work?
No, I was. I mean, I thought we were going to be late for work. I said things a couple times.
He did. Yeah, like I said, he did.
But I can't imagine gunman coming in where Joe is. Joe goes, "Oh yeah, no, I thought he was going to shoot up a place. Why didn't you call anyone?" You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
No. I saw the arrow coming right towards my face, and I was like, this arrow's probably going to hit my face. Oh, why didn't you just duck or do anything?
Joe, would you say today was Spanish's fault?
Yes.
100%.
100%.
All right. Your job is to punish Spanish.
Okay. Okay.
I have a hard time being mean to Spanish, and he does a lot of other great things, and so I'm out. But you go ahead and reprimand him.
Yeah, like what?
Carmen said.
Well, yeah, I mean, how would I reprimand? You're a terrible person.
No. I mean, instill some sort of repercussion.
Oh, what kind of repercussion might that be?
It's can day today. I'll take it in hands.
All right, yeah, you got to help me.
Can't go out.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So Joe's regular job is your punishment.
Joe, you helped me out tremendously.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why. I don't know why it had all turned around back to me. So.
Yeah, when he's here, he can help you out.
Oh,
It's true. If you would have missed Candidate today, it would have been tragic.
I would have been very upset.
No, I saw the truck come. I just
What's that, Joe?
I saw the truck and the trash was there, but I just didn't. I don't know. Didn't get out to the curb.
I have double doors in my bedroom, and I open up like to a balcony, and I opened them up last night when I went to sleep. And the next thing I know, I woke up this morning. It was wonderful.
Oh,
What do you watch every night when you go to bed? I have a new show that I watch. I'm not new, but I watch it every night before I go to bed for the last 3 months.
That's what
Well, I can't do that because if I do Wolf of Wall Street or The Godfather or something like that, I stay up for 2 hours. So I just have to pick an episodic series of shows.
I've been watching Elf every night.
If Elf was on, I would watch Elf every
I
night.
got it on demand, and I put it on.
HBO,
Yeah.
I watched last night the show with Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson is his father. Not the show, the
Movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Big Bad Daddy.
Daddy's Home, or
Daddy's Home 2.
Yes.
I watched with John Lithgow as Will.
he's
Oh my
great.
God,
They
John
kiss on the
Lithgow
lips.
and Will Ferrell are hilarious together. I never saw that movie. I saw the first one. I never saw the second one. That was funny. But no, I watch Entourage every night. I don't think anybody knows anything more than me about Entourage. I've seen every season like 80 times now.
I went back and watched all of Silicon Valley.
Oh, I should do that.
That was really good. Yeah, going back and watching the whole thing, it's so good.
I watched a highlight reel. It was 20 minutes of Ehrlich and what's his name, Jin Yang.
Yeah.
Just them interacting with each other the entire time.
And I feel like that show was good all the way to the end, even when TJ Miller was gone.
Yeah,
it's still they knew to wrap it up.
Yeah,
it was still good.
Bachman is a fat. That show's so funny.
It's really good.
He brings a dead fish to court.
Dude, I gotta watch it because I forget about all those episodes. I gotta watch that again.
The Guilfoyle and Stuber, whatever his name is. Like their dynamic, the whole thing is so good.
Guilfoyle is in that Stallone thing that I watch.
Yeah.
So he'll never be anything but Guilfoyle.
No.
Yeah, I mean he's the same character in everything he
100%.
plays.
So good.
Oh, it's funny. All right, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. I have to tell you a little confession. I did enjoy being in the big studio yesterday.
Yeah,
it was
never going back.
No, never going back. But I'm saying starting to think maybe we need to knock down some more walls.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, all right. Templar.
Yeah. I don't know. I just started thinking about it. And I was like, if we knock this wall down or just make it bigger and we could build out a counter instead of the couch situation. And I don't know.
We do need more walls to hang stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. During the break, we got to overhaul. We got to take stuff down, move stuff out.
I was going to say, you got stuff out there waiting to be hung.
We got no walls.
Yeah.
Well,
build more walls.
I think that I'm going to put up a wall out there in front of the garage doors so it doesn't look like a garage. It looks like a hallway. But anyway, I thought we got to when we take the Christmas trees down and stuff, we rebuild back here.
Okay.
So we build back better.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
I remember when this was just the room, which is crazy to think about how we all were cramming in here.
I remember you guys poking your head through the wall whenever we made a hole. And,
I forgot.
That's crazy.
We had a lot of famous people in here.
Yeah.
When it was half a wall.
Yeah.
That was where Saget was in here when it was before we named it the Saget room. All right. Let's get the show moving this morning. Did you get stuck in any waves after the show yesterday? I just ran out of the building.
No, I did get stuck talking to some people that were in it, but I got to be honest. There was barely anybody in there.
Right.
Yeah, they all took off because of the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very irked by this. Make sure Dom doesn't try to take my goddamn office.
Oh man.
I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah. He's making moves in there.
I'm gonna make a move and change the lock.
Needs an office.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 hour a week versus no hours a week. Still, it's my office. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm on your side on this one.
Yeah.
All the walls to hang stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna hang you on one of the walls. Let's take a break. When we come back, Carmen will tell us what we have to give away. We still have a lot of stuff to blow out, man. I know we got Sammy Hagar tickets. I know we've got other tickets. I don't know what they are. But Carmen will let us know. We'll play Sporcle. We'll do that next. It's Mike Calta show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
So, Mike.
It's the Mike Calta show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Thanks. Thanks, Carmen. Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah, I had it ready. I wasn't sure if yours was working yet.
No, it is definitely not. Joe's got too much volume and I've got no volume. What's complete opposite? 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Very excited about the pub crawl. I don't know. I think I had such a good time last year at the pub crawl that I wanted to, I really want to go out and really do it right this time. Plus, my friends are coming to this one. We've never been to Newport Richie before for a pub crawl, so I think it's going to be great. We're in what I like to call Geo Stomping Ground.
Yeah.
But there should be like, these are the people that should come. Moose should come because that's Moose's territory.
Right.
My brother and his friends should all come because they're all from there. How about, can I tell you that my brother is younger than I am. He's 3 years younger than I am. And when I moved here, we were at that age where I liked him but hated him and his friends. You know what I mean? Because I was older and they were all high school kids. And, you know, you don't want all these dumb high school kids hanging out in your house all the time. And at the time, we had an apartment. And I love all of his friends. I really do. Like, I grew up with them and I know them all now still, but I hated them all when they were kids. And I was older, so I used to call them all jerk offs and stuff. Those jerk offs really did good. Some of them got together and they quit their jobs and opened up that Escape Brewing place. You know that it's the brewery. They just had the idea to do it and they quit their jobs and put their money into it. And now they're living the dream. And now they bought, and my brother too, that place that's opening up that's kind of like an Armature Works in the Trinity area where they've got
I saw the renderings and they have the signs up. It looks like it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, but I told my brother, why didn't I get to invest in that? I want to be in that. But no, it's those group of jerk offs that used to hang out in my apartment. They're all rich now and hanging out. They're all but seriously,
the place is called Group of Jerk Offs.
Yeah.
It's actually called Garlic Knots.
What is it called? I can't remember. It's kind of like an Armature Works area where they have like different restaurants inside and they have a communal area to eat. And then they have an outdoor area. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a really nice place. And those sort of things really step up a neighborhood, you know, when you have something like that in there. So anyway, those guys are doing that over there. But those guys should all come. And the reason why I say that is because I remember when I started to like those kids, we all went underage drinking on all these bars on Main Street that weren't nearly as cool as they are now.
I'm excited to show you guys where I fell off my electric.
Yeah.
Now, should we get electric scooters that night?
I mean, I'll bring mine.
I've never ridden an electric scooter ever.
You should definitely do it.
I know. I see them in all the cities and I want to do it so bad. I've never gotten one of those bikes or any of those things.
Once I fell off, I had a tough time getting back on.
You got to get right back on.
I have got on a couple, but it's just not the same.
Don't you just stand on it and kick off?
Yeah, but I tripped on the curb.
Right.
Yeah.
And isn't there? Do you kick it or do you squeeze for?
No, once you just go, like you kick it to go, and then it's all throttle.
I gotta go practice.
What kind of throttle? Like, are you squeezing a trigger? Or are you
just turn the
revving it? You're revving it like a motorcycle. All right.
We should go down there Thursday afternoon and practice driving around.
I'm in.
Anyway, that's 1 week from tomorrow. We're going to be closing out the year on the 15th. Our last big event of the year is going to be happening out there. Everybody's invited. We got. I'll do the list. We got the social. I'm sorry. We have social. We have Bourbon on Main, the Village Pub, and Kangaroo Pub. Right?
No. Well, I mean, you're calling it the wrong name.
Okay. Well, we have the social. We have Bourbon on Main. Right, 2 for 2. Then we have the Village Pub, and then we have the Kangaroo Bar.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Sorry, it took me a second.
The Social's got a pretty cool rooftop bar.
I heard.
It's nice.
I heard. And the band is not playing, so I hope to just walk around and drink and be skadoodle drunk by the end of the night.
And we're Christmasing it up, right? Dressing up.
For sure.
Yeah.
I got my scarf.
Is it Christmas or Cruisemas?
Well, yeah.
Because last year we did Cruisemas and we all dressed like kind of in cruise wear.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah. Or ladies, I would suggest doing the sweater with the reindeer and the Rudolph with the nose
I
and the
like that.
boob out.
I like that.
Blitzen and Donner.
I'm cutting the ass cheeks out of my pants, and I'm just having 2 Christmas hams.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the red underwear stuff. You know what I mean? What are those called? Long johns. Long johns, and I'm gonna have the back flap open.
I got a pair of those.
Mhm.
I'm
No one's
gonna
surprised.
my Mean Girls costume.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know you had one.
I got a couple costumes I think I'm gonna pull out for the
Question. Would you
Be on time.
perform the act at the pub crawl?
You know I would.
Well, I mean, like you
Wait,
and Carmen.
why?
Right, forget it.
Yeah.
Carmen says, "Wait, why?"
I heard.
Don't worry about it.
All right, Carmen, what do we have to give away?
We have a bunch of stuff. We have tickets for Summer of '99, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Sound thrilled about it.
Mhm.
Maybe Hagar.
Really selling it.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are leaving me out of stuff, and I don't like it.
What?
No, we're not. Your brain is leaving you out of stuff.
No, nope. Busch Gardens, Christmas Town, and Cirque du Soleil Bazaar.
All right, let's do it right now. A little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Today we're gonna do some easy math.
No,
Okay, I'm
come
gonna
on.
ask you math questions. You're gonna answer them. Very simple. Your first one: 8 plus 9.
17.
Galvin. 17 times 2.
34.
Galvin. 34 minus 14.
20.
Mike.
20.
20 divided by 4.
5.
Galvin. 5 times 10.
50.
50.
Galvin.
Jesus Christ.
50 plus 23.
73.
Yeah, Spanish. 73 minus 56.
24. No. Exactly.
73 minus 56.
17.
Galvin. 17 times 4.
58. No.
88.
17.
17 times 4.
Okay, so 68.
Yes, Mike.
I was getting nervous. I was like, I'm pretty sure I got that one.
Can you turn her up at all or
No,
no?
it's just pegged. You got to
What's
turn
going
it up.
on?
You got to turn it up over there.
I'm pegged over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you stop doing that and turn your volume up, please?
Your next one is 68 divided by 2.
30.
34.
34.
34. Galvin. 34 times 5. 34 times 5.
70.
105.
170.
70.
Yeah, start writing
Galvin.
things down here. Hold on. Go ahead.
170 divided by 10.
17.
17.
Spanish.
Didn't have to write that one down.
17 plus 33.
60.
50.
What'd you say, Mike?
50.
50 is correct. Mike. 4 plus 9.
13.
Mike. 5 times 2.
10.
Mike.
10.
And Pap. We're halfway there.
Gio is not on the board. He has a score of 0. Spanish has 2. Michael has 5. And Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 7.
Ooh.
All right. Easy math.
It's not so
Halfway.
easy. I mean, it is easy, but the competition's hard.
There you go. Easy math. Halfway there. Here we go. 9 divided by 3.
3.
Mike. 3 plus 8.
11.
Galvin. 11 minus 7.
4.
Galvin.
Oh, come on.
You're a break
Judge.
out, Galvin.
Thank you. 7 minus 2.
5.
Think that was Gio?
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, I don't know.
Spanish.
Spanish.
Thank you.
5.
9 times 2.
18.
Spanish. Excuse me. 5 plus 9.
14.
Mike. 2 minus 1.
1.
Mike. 6 plus 4.
10.
Galvin. 8 minus 0.
0.
8.
8. Mike.
I just said 8 before him.
Judge.
Michael.
Mike gets the point.
I just didn't hear you say it.
It was way before.
I didn't
It's okay. I don't care.
Thank you.
Mike gets the point. 2 times 3.
6.
Mike. 8 divided by 4.
2.
Oof.
Galvin. 9 plus 6.
15.
15.
Galvin.
Mm.
Pap. We're on last 3.
Gio still has 0
Not
under
true.
dispute.
8.
Spanish has 4. Michael has 10, and Galvin is still out front. He's got 12.
Oh,
Anyone's game.
Yeah. Okay. Easy math. Last 3. Here we go. 7 plus 4.
11.
Mike. 4 times 1.
4.
Spanish. 6 minus 3.
3.
Galvin.
Damn it.
Your final score, Gio with a score of 0, Spanish with 5, Michael with 11, and Galvin is your triumphant champion this morning. He won with 13.
I had 1.
That was a good one. Stupid math. I hate it too. It makes me feel dumb.
Yeah, first thing in the morning, I feel like an idiot.
Because I could do all of those if you give me just a nice pencil and piece of paper and
A
some
day
time.
to do it.
Yeah, if it was on my SAT, it would be fantastic.
Galvin's just fast.
He
man.
is, and
Yeah.
you're so aggressive with your numbers.
I know it's almost scary.
Yeah.
It is scary.
All right, congratulations, Galvin.
Thank you.
You successfully slayed my streak.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Gotta warn us. Showing up late, you don't
He's got
warn us.
nothing.
Come on. I'll play for line 5.
Gotcha.
Listen, it's what are we, Thursday? So we got today, tomorrow, and then 5 shows next week of the year. I'm telling you right now, 2024 is a year of change.
Yeah.
Everybody's shaping up or shipping out in 24. That's why I'm very lackadaisical right now.
I'm in.
All right.
I feel like we said that in 23 and 22.
We didn't. We didn't say that.
I think it was probably said to us in those years, but who
Yeah.
knows? All right, Galvin, what do I have come up in news?
Coming up in news, go eat a meal, happy Chinaka, and would you rather?
I actually wrote that down. Happy Chinooka over here. I talked to Bert yesterday.
Yeah. How's it going?
Bert's rich.
Oh, yeah. He's
Bert,
been doing very well.
Did you not know that?
Yeah.
so I got an email that said Bert Kreischer donated $12,000 to Habitat for Humanity. Is it the same Bert? And I went, is it Albert? And they said, yeah. And I go, yeah, either him or his dad. I would imagine it's him. He's rich. And they were like, oh. And then I found out, he did that thing with the Bucks, where the Bucks called him to be their celebrity, secret celebrity donor, and Bert donated. And then yesterday, Bert, I don't know if this is out yet, so I'm going to say it anyway, but I don't know. But I talked to Bert, and Bert goes, we did have 2 bears. And I was telling Tom that I donated the $12,000 to Habitat for Humanity to help out. And Tom said, you could just buy them a house, right? And I went, what? And he goes, you could just buy them a house. You don't have to do $12,000. You're so rich, you just buy them a house. He goes, so me and Tom bought him a house.
No.
Do you want to guess what celebrity net worth says he is?
Oh,
Well, let me tell you, I can tell you. Oh, yes, because I'll tell you if it's right or wrong.
What do you think?
Yeah,
I can't guess.
I know that it was lower before, but I don't know when they updated
Put
it.
it this way. Let me give everybody a fair playing field. I said to Bert, yes, I go, Bert, you're killing it. I go, you're rich. And he goes, I'm so rich. So just so you know.
I think this has got to be low.
So-
Look at me. I know.
So I know that they had him listed at like 2 million before, and I know that's super low.
Yeah, it's not that
I'm
now.
gonna say that they updated it, and what it says there is 10 million, but that's still super low.
Anybody else?
I'll go
I
15.
don't want to guess because it'd be fair. It'd be unfair.
Yeah, it says 14.
Yeah.
Which no
I
way.
think you're way closer to 30
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, yeah.
At least.
because I know for a fact that he made 25 million 1 year, but then you have to pay everybody.
Yeah.
So
If you pay everyone and you take 10 million off that's still 15 million there. That's
just to tell you, you know how expensive real estate is in Los Angeles. Okay. Bert has a movie star's house. Like his house is very nice. And here it would be very nice, but the property that he has is immense. He has enough property where he can put another house behind his house, and he has another building on his property, and you still have room to build another house because he's got his podcast building on it. So the podcast building has the Something's Burning cooking studio in there, a gym, Leanne's studio, and like a little guest bedroom thing. It was like a little guest house. That, because they've become so popular and Leanne's podcast has become popular and all this stuff, they actually had to find a different studio. So they bought another house up the block, and the reason why I'm saying this is because it's brilliant. They said, why would we go rent space in an office? Let's go buy another house, utilize that, and then in a couple of years we sell that house and make money off it. So Bert has 2 houses, and each one of those houses were probably $3 million each. No, not his old house was $2 million. It was garbage. It's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
His old house was $2 million, and it was a tiny house in not a great neighborhood. You know what I mean? Yeah. So good for Bert. I'm so happy. Bert's so goddamn rich, and he earned every time he took his shirt off, he earned money. I'm sure. Think about all the times Bert took his shirt off and just hear ching, ching, ching every time he does it.
I'm so glad he had us on that cruise before he never talks to us again.
I don't know, dude. Joey goes, hey, can you call Bert because we need to get something? And I go, I'll try, Joe, but he's been really busy. And I called, and he picked up on the first ring, and Joey looked at me. I go, I'm not lying to you. He's very busy. And Bert just said, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I go, hey, man, what's up? He goes, oh. He just goes, oh. I go, I know, you're killing it. That Preston and Steve thing he did with the buying the lottery tickets, that was the half 50-50 was brilliant. He's like, I did this thing where I went to, and I go, I know, Bert, I'm also a fan. I watch it all. I see it all happen.
You know what's weird for me to see is for me to see people that I follow on Instagram that have nothing to do with Bert commenting on Bert stuff, and I'm like, they're famous and they're commenting on Bert stuff, but it's like so weird. It's like, I didn't even know they knew who Bert was.
You remember when Bert was? I mean, this was when we were probably doing afternoons in the other studio, like the small studio. No, we were doing mornings in the small studio. And Bert said that he was in LA and he was crossing the street and he saw Hurley, the big guy from Lost. And he looked at him and he goes, Hurley. And he said, and Hurley pointed back and said, Machine. And that was before everything, So yeah, I see all these people now. It's so funny because I remember talking to my ex-girlfriend in New York, and on the day that Trip Flip came out, and I said, this guy is going to be the biggest star in the world. As you watch this, he's the next Will Ferrell. And she watched it, and she's like, not Trip Flip, the roller coaster one. And she called me back afterwards. She goes, I don't see it. And she goes, I like him, and he's funny, and he's got that laugh. And she said, but this is the dumbest show I've ever seen. I go, yeah, all right, I agree. But I said, he's great. And she goes, he's great, but the show, yeah.
I saw a thing the other day, and I don't know who the kid is. He's a young black comedian, and he was on the Tonight Show. And he said that the first time he ever did stand-up comedy was in school, at his high school.
Right.
And his teacher said, I'm going to see you one day on the Tonight Show. So he was on the Tonight Show, and he flew his teacher out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know the kid's name, though. I don't know who he is. I mean, he may be super popular, but I just don't know who he is right now. He's on the Tonight Show, so obviously he's doing well.
It's so funny because when I was in college, when I went to Pasco Hernando Community College, and I didn't have any idea what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something in entertainment, but I didn't know. I certainly didn't think radio or anything. And we had to write a paper, and the paper was a compare and contrast paper where you took two things and you put the similarities and its differences in the paper. And I wrote about Fred Flintstone and Ralph Cramden, Honeymooners and the Flintstones. And I turned it in, and I can hear the teacher laughing as she was grading the paper. And the guy next to me was like, she's reading my paper. I was like, oh, what did you do about it? I'm like, she's loving it. Then she got up and she handed the paper back to me. And I was like, oh, I thought it was that paper. And she didn't give me an A. I think she gave me like a B+, but she wrote on the back, she said, I don't know what you plan on doing with your life, but you should plan on writing for Saturday Night Live or David Letterman, which was my favorite show in the world. And I went, you know what? Somebody's got to do that. Maybe that's a possibility. So it took a teacher to say to me, you could do this, stupid, instead of sitting here in Newport Richie writing dumb papers about Fred Flintstone. All right, let's take a break. Galvin, as your news, will do that. Then we've got an open letter coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Martine will be here in the 9 o'clock hour to do our football picks. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
It's the Mike Calta.
So talented, will be forever tarnished by the idea that he diddled children, just like the great P. Diddy will now go down as a
I have that story.
As an alleged rapist.
I saw a T-shirt the other day.
By the way, we're not laughing at Diddy being a rapist.
No, I saw a T-shirt the other day that said "Alien versus Predator" and it had E.T. and Michael Jackson on there.
A couple of things I want to remind everybody about is that first of all, today is what is it? Pearl Harbor Day? Is that what today is?
December 4th.
No, it's December 4th.
No, December 6th, 1940.
I said
Today
14.
is December 7th. So I don't know what it is. All right.
Yes, it
Well,
is Pearl Harbor.
thank you, Carmen.
Mhm.
See? Unsung hero, scholar.
Oh, today.
Oh, Carmen, why are you in such a bad mood today?
I'm really not.
You were a little mushy. You're a little mushy today.
Yeah, I haven't had coffee, and there's none in here, like none at the station that I can drink,
You want me to send you one?
and I'm just like a little sleepy.
Is it because Spanish and Joe were late? They threw off your schedule?
Kinda.
Yeah, blame them.
Yeah, it was 100% Spanish.
Yeah,
I feel it.
sounds right.
Do you feel like if you were allowed to just show up late, you'd be more prepared for the show?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Coffee,
I wouldn't
everything.
be able to get coffee.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
And if I came to Mike's, I would stop. I would be able to go to White Duck.
That's
And
I
Hey there.
tried it again. I don't love the white duck.
oh, I love the White
I'm not
Duck.
against it. I just
You're just locked into Starbucks.
Right,
Yeah.
but everybody,
So much better than Starbucks.
like sometimes you get something and they're like, no, this is my jam forever, and then you try something else. You're like, okay, this is my new jam. I thought that was gonna happen. I did not get white duck.
Oh, love White Duck. They have a sugar-free brown sugar cinnamon,
Ooh,
but like their flavors are on another level. They have-
Carmen, how is Wawa? Because Wawa has all that stuff too. A lot of times I'll stop if my wife wants coffee. She likes Dunkin' Donuts or Dunkin' coffee,
yeah.
and I'll get that. But sometimes if I'm going to Wawa, I'm like, hey, can I do Wawa? And they have like salted caramel and this and that and the cold brew and the foam stuff. But how is that?
The thing with Wawa, I feel like they don't clean out their machines very well, so
Yeah.
it's like burnt coffee.
Oh,
Like it never tastes clean to me.
And you feel like it's been sitting in those things
Yes,
for a while.
all day.
Yeah.
So unless you see them making it, or you get it specifically from the people behind the counter.
yeah. Well,
like-
that's where I order is the behind the counter where they
Yeah.
have to make it.
The
That's
specialty drinks are good. Like,
yeah,
all right. This has been Coffee Dog.
yeah. White Duck. is-
I'm not saying don't go. It wasn't for me. So
Yeah.
enjoy it. People love it. It always has a long line, and they got the cute
Enjoy
little
your
ducks.
plastic coffee from Starbucks.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Your plastic coffee.
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't care what you told me they funneled it through a guy's butthole. I'd still take it.
Oh,
It's what I'm doing. I got
bad news for you.
You're locked in.
I got 4 coffees yesterday because I kept having to get out of the car. Carmen, I had an emergency chiropractic situation yesterday.
Okay.
I had to go see
no.
Dr. Bill. I went to go to lunch with my son, and after lunch I said I got to call Dr. Bill. I can't even, like, my ass above my ass is killing me. It's because I slept on the bar on that stupid celebrity cruise line.
Oh.
And I slept. I mean, I wasn't really feeling it bad, but lately it's been really bad. Like my legs were hurting. So I thought, is it that, or am I just getting fatter and older? And then I went to him, and after one session, I was like, yeah, I'm getting fatter and older, but it was that bad because he goes, your entire pelvis is twisted in one way. And so what did he do? He untwisted my pelvis, and immediately I started to feel better. And he put you on that thing where he pushes your back, and then the table falls out underneath you. It's scary. I felt like he broke my ribs. Then
I gotta tell you, I miss Dr. Bell.
Well, he brought you up. He said he hadn't seen you in a while.
Yeah, well, because he got the knot out of my shoulder and he fixed me. And honestly, I've been doing like all the exercises myself at home to like keep it
Yeah.
that way. So I haven't needed him, but I do miss going. You get to sit in the massage chair,
Yeah.
and then he stretches you. It's a fantastic experience.
I told him, I said,
I miss him.
I said that I come here until I'm done, and then that's why I don't come back. Like, I'm not coming every week and making him adjust me, but
Right.
I had a bad tingling in my arm because my arm was like getting numb, whatever. 3 times I went there, he fixed it.
Yeah.
When they do the neck thing, though, it scares the hell out of me.
terrifying.
I've never done it. I've only watched it done to other people, and it looks very scary.
It doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah,
it just
no.
sounds loud.
Have you seen the guy that does the video? He goes every chiropractor's video, and he has a skeleton, and he goes, all right, and just cranks it and rips, and bones are flying everywhere. I do not like the people that do it to the animals. Stop doing it to
really?
dogs. Yeah, the dogs don't like it. I'm telling
Yes,
you right
they
now.
do.
No, they don't. Stop
Yes,
it.
They seem to
The
like
dogs,
it.
Yeah.
the dogs have lived for a long time
Yeah.
without a chiropractor. They don't need it.
They
Stop
Yeah,
it.
love
but
it.
the
They
one
love
dog
it.
tells the other dog, you should see
Listen,
the chiropractor.
I would see if they're in pain and there's something going on, whatever. But if it's just your everyday dog that's walking around totally fine, stop doing it because you're causing
My
problems.
favorite is the guy who gets the cat in the full Nelson and goes and fixes the cat, and then the next is the fat Asian guy, and he tries to do it, And he goes, and then they show the cat in the funeral in the grave. No. I feel a lot better since I went there. So thank you to Dr. Bill. Look at my dad. My dad texted me during the break. He's worse than you people, listeners. He just texted me. He goes, "What's the name of the air conditioning company that the one that's been out for the last 10 years in the house?" And I told him, and he said, "Already got it. Called her on the way." I was like, "Oh, that's not good," because he's probably trying to turn his heat on.
Oh yeah,
and the heat's not working because he probably hasn't had it tuned up. You people don't listen to me.
Clean your coils.
Clean your coils.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to have dirty coils during the holiday season.
Yeah. Stinky.
Yeah.
Stinky coils.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 7:18 in the a.m. Time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Also want to give you a heads up tomorrow on the show about this time. The great, I'm so excited about this tour from Creed, the great Mark Tremonti, who has a Christmas album, will be joining us on the program tomorrow.
Is he singing on the Christmas album? Is he doing?
He is doing like standard, like Sinatra type singing. Yeah,
he's a great
wonderful
singer. Yeah, great guitarist, great singer.
I'm gonna have a very Davi Christmas and a very Tremonti Christmas at my house. Galvin, what do we have in news today?
Before we went to get into news, I wanted to see Gio. Are you okay? Do you still have coffee? Dude,
Gio, he made you choke and he made your pants fall.
Dude, seriously. Galvin said something which I won't repeat right as I was taking a drink of coffee, and instantly the coffee like shot into my nose, and I was doing everything in my power to not spit it all over the room.
And he had to jump up and run out into the garage. And I heard him like 3 times out in the garage.
Like I thought if I'm gonna spit it, I might as well spit it outside of the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
You're
It was.
welcome.
He
it was
got
very
up
bad.
and his pants fell down and his butt was hanging out. And then he went out in the hall, and while he was out there, we were laughing and we heard
Oh my gosh.
What do we have in news, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. It is chilly out there. You want some Uggs on your feet? Well, Pelt's got them. They have all the different brands and styles you're looking for. Over 150 brands in there. And you can stop in and you can save some money because whenever you stop into a Pelt Shoes, make sure you whisper my name, Galvin. You can get $5 off your first purchase, and they have the Pelts Perks account happening where all the money that you spend turns into points, which is money off your next purchase there. So you go in there, and you're going to get $5 off your first purchase when you whisper my name, Galvin, and then you're going to get 25 points automatically added into your Pelts Perks account. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up. Get ready for it. Also, they have gift cards if you want to buy somebody something for Christmas, or they have all the different styles and brands right there in stock, ready to go. Pelt Shoes, get them at Pelts. So a gunman in a Wednesday mass shooting on the University of the Nevada, Las Vegas campus left 3 dead and a 4th wounded is a 67-year-old college professor with connections to colleges in Georgia and North Carolina, but it's unknown what connection he had with the school where the shooting took place. Las Vegas Metro said that the identity of the shooter, who is dead, will not be released until his family has been notified. Campus police engaged the shooter outside Beam Hall. There was a gathering outside the hall where students were playing games, building Legos, doing that type of stuff. Police are... it's college. You're out there doing stuff. Jenga, who knows? Police are working to uncover evidence and identify a motive.
It's probably a parent who showed up and said, "What are you guys doing with all the money we're spending? You're playing Jenga." You know, what's sad is that I was working on some stuff yesterday and I got an alert and I looked at it and it said active shooter in Las Vegas. And I went, "Oh, Las Vegas. I wonder if it's related to that other shooting." And then they said it was on campus and I went, whatever. I just ignored it. I'm just...
Really interesting, because whenever I saw there was UNLV, immediately I thought, I wonder if this is going to have something to do with Israel and Palestine, because there's a lot of many,
I mean, it could have been, but I just am so. It's an active shooter, and I'm so used to seeing those words, active shooter, that I'm desensitized to it now. Yeah, I'll tell you, not to get into this great debate, Galvin, but I was watching them during that hearing with the president of Harvard the other day, and they were talking about the Harvard rules and whether or not having organizations that gather together, organized groups that go ahead and they start, defending Hamas or whatever they're doing is against their policy. And it was a hard situation. They were trying to vilify this woman, but she's sitting there going, "Listen, we also have free speech here, and we are trying to ride the line between free speech and hate speech, and it's weird because we've given the Ku Klux Klan permits to protest before, and now all of a sudden we're gonna come out here and say that these kids can't say what's on their mind and what's their opinion. And I've been having a lot of conversations about this lately because I am someone who definitely is in support of the First Amendment, but also at the same time I'm not a hate speech guy. But it's really is a fine line, and these people they're backing them into, well, your policy is this, and well, you're allowed to go out there and you're allowed to say that death to all Israelites and all that, and they were like, well, yeah, and then they go, but if we were out there saying death to all people of color, well, we couldn't do that. Well, yeah, well, what's the difference? I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard, and they're really, of course, more just dividing it right down the middle and making everybody hate each other again.
With the Iowa caucuses rapidly approaching, a shrinking field of Republican White House hopefuls gathered last night in Alabama for the fourth presidential debate. As usual, former President Donald Trump, who is dominating the GOP primary, did not appear. Instead, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie continued their effort to gain a sliver of the spotlight in the race. I do have a...
What was it on?
It was on News Nation, and then it was on CW.
I didn't see it. I fell asleep last night, so I didn't see it, which is a shame because I usually love them.
So I watched it.
But it doesn't sound like anybody's really talking about it.
Well, no. I watched it, and there was some good stuff in there, but for some reason, every highlight I could find didn't have the stuff that I wanted, but I do have a follow-up that has some good stuff. But here's just a highlight of some of the things that they talked about last night. Take a listen. It's on Bone TV as well. Here we go.
I have delivered results. That's what we need for this country. And you have other candidates up here like Nikki Haley. She caves anytime the left comes after her, anytime the media comes after her. I did a bill in Florida to stop the gender mutilation of minors. It's child abuse and it's wrong. She opposes that bill. That is the truth. We have it on video.
I said that if you have to be 18 to get a tattoo, you should have to be 18 to have anything done to change your gender.
You said the law should stay out of it.
I think the North Star here is transgenderism is a mental health disorder. We don't let you smoke a cigarette by the age of 18. We don't let you have an addictive drink of alcohol by the age of 21. We can do the same thing when it comes to banning genital mutilation.
Look, we will take support from anybody we can take support from, but I have been a conservative fighter all my life. I was a Tea Party candidate when I became governor. We opposed every single corporate bailout we possibly could. When it comes to these corporate people that want to suddenly support us, we'll take it.
Nikki, you were bankrupt when you left the UN. After you left the UN, you became a military contractor. You actually started joining service on the board of Boeing, whose back you scratched for a very long time, and then gave foreign multinational speeches like Hillary Clinton is, and now you're a multimillionaire. That math does not add up. It adds up to the fact that you are corrupt.
I know the elites in D.C., they don't care. They don't care that fentanyl's ravaging your community. They don't care that illegal aliens are ravaging our community and overwhelming our community. The commander-in-chief not only has a right, you have a responsibility to fight back against these people. You're going to categorize them as foreign terrorist organizations, and we will identify, just like we would anywhere. When I was in Iraq, the Al-Qaeda wasn't wearing a uniform. You'd see anyone walking down the street, they all had man dresses on. You didn't know if someone had a bomb, an IED attached, or not.
But look at where fentanyl came from. Let's go to the heart of the matter. It came from China. That's why we need to end all normal trade relations with China until they stop murdering Americans with fentanyl. But this is where Trump went wrong. Trump was good on trade, but that's all he was with China. Because here he allowed fentanyl to continue to come over. He continued to allow them to he would give them technology that would build up their military and hurt us. He allowed the Chinese infiltration for them to buy up farmland, to put money in our universities, and to continue to do things that were harmful for America.
I want everybody at home to know that I was the first person to say we need a reasonable peace deal in Ukraine. Now a lot of the neocons are quietly coming along to that position, with the exceptions of Nikki Haley and Joe Biden. Neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for.
This is a smart accomplishment. You should stop and Yeah, so
This is good. I feel like I watched the whole debate.
So he says about the provinces in Ukraine, whatever, and she stands there and just blankly stares. And he goes, "Look at her, no idea."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Chris Christie couldn't name them either." Then,
by the way, there was no Chris Christie and all that.
Chris Christie goes on to try to be a tough guy, and he is such a fat loser. I got to tell you,
easy Trump.
It's ridiculous how bad he is. So he sees that Vivek is ripping Haley, and then he tries to be woman cheerful and stuff, and he's like, she's a smart, intelligent woman, and don't say bad stuff about her. And that's the debate. That's what's going on. But
also, he's not doubting her intelligence. He's telling her that she's profited from her privatized business.
But Christie was like dressing down Vivek like he was a little kid and stuff. It was ridiculous. But then this happened, and this was so great because I'll be honest with you. I don't like Chris Christie. You may like him, but I thought this was great. Christie had to sit through 30 seconds of brutal truth by Megyn Kelly after she reminds him how unliked he is compared to Donald Trump. Then he gets absolutely bodied by Vivek Ramaswamy, who told him to leave and eat some food. This is the clip. Yeah, this is the clip that I have here.
Shut up. He told him to go eat food? I was wondering if Trump was in these debates, if he would call him fat.
So it starts with Megyn Kelly, then it goes to Ramaswamy. Take a listen. Here we go.
Just to stop President Trump. His approval rating with Republicans is currently at 81%. Yours is at 25%. Your best state is New Hampshire, and even there, 2/3 of GOP voters say they would be angry and disappointed if you won. Respectfully, Governor, you have not stopped Mr. Trump, and voters may wonder how you could possibly become the nominee of a party that does not appear to like you very much.
Yeah, well, Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York. Yeah. So do everybody a favor, just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race. When it comes to Nick,
it would have been better if you said, go stuff your fat face. If you're going to do it, commit to it fully.
Now go get your shine box.
Yeah, but you know what? Vivek Ramaswamy live on Fox News right now. He knows how to get the attention.
I like him.
So he held up his notes, and all it said was Nikki Haley equals corrupt. So then he was on Fox News, whatever, and he had Fox News equals number one.
That's so funny. Trump Ramaswamy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
People that keep trying to come after him, saying he was like part of the World Economic Forum and he had money in BlackRock, but they prove all that to be false.
But he also he comes out and he tells you, "Yeah, I did that. Realized it was not good, and pulled it out of China, pulled it out of wherever." I don't know if the guy is ready to be president, but I do like him.
I like him too. Yeah, the World Economic Forum literally created an award and gave it to him without his permission, just so that people wouldn't want to vote for him, which I think is awesome. Yeah.
So this is all great. It's great entertainment, but so then why are they all polling at such a, like it said, Trump's approval rating, the Republican Party is like 80%.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
And they're like literally
what
not
did
even
you say
close.
In the poll?
Huh?
What did you say in the poll?
What do you mean? What did I say?
Who did you vote for in the poll?
I'm not a registered Republican.
Who did you vote for in the poll? You got polled?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought you meant like if I was. No, I did not. No.
Do you know anybody? Yeah.
Joe?
Nope.
Carmen?
No.
Do we know anybody? Exactly. Who are they polling? The same people? Are they polling in a certain area? Are they polling? I never know the poll.
You're not going to know until like Iowa, which is what, January 12th or 16th, whatever. That's the first actual vote.
Yeah, but do you remember all the experts going, there is no way Trump can win?
Yeah,
you know
but I mean, the margin of error was not like this.
I don't listen.
Then also they told us
so far ahead.
They told us that Joe Biden got the most votes of any president ever.
Yeah,
you think that's true?
It just depends on what you choose to believe.
Yeah.
But I mean, like every indicator says that they're not even remotely even close. And anytime these debates happen, there's like zero movement at all. Zero.
Yeah, I don't really know what to believe. I believe Trump is way ahead. I don't know that he's so far ahead of all of these people.
And it's not just like one. It's like every metric and every bias, and it's
Gio,
like across the board.
I think there's people like me that don't necessarily know if Trump's the right guy, but don't know what the alternative is yet.
Right.
And so when you ask me, am I voting for Trump or Biden, I'm going to tell you Trump.
Right.
I mean, if the election was tomorrow, I'd vote for Trump. So I think there's a lot of people out there that are voting for Trump right now because he's better than Biden.
And they don't want Biden.
Yeah, but it's just so weird to me that like every time they have one of these debates, There's no movement at all whatsoever in any of these polls.
I don't believe any of that, though.
Yeah, I mean, they could be totally wrong.
If Trump was out, Mike, who would you vote for out of the Republican candidates?
Right now, the people that are up there,
yeah,
probably DeSantis.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't like DeSantis' stance on a lot of social issues, but I think that he is definitely an effective leader who gets stuff done as opposed to somebody who just pushes stuff aside. I think Nikki Haley is very intelligent. I think she'd be a great foreign policy dealer, but I don't know that she gets stuff done either. I don't know that they. I don't know. Who would you vote for?
I probably would vote for DeSantis because when you look into Nikki Haley's stuff, she's got some weird business dealings in Ukraine and some other countries that are probably.
But I thought you were Ramaswamy.
Yeah, but I like Ramaswamy, but I kind of agree with Mike in the sense that if he gets in there, he doesn't know anybody and won't get anything done.
And we also don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think.
But I think that's what we need. Just like Trump, I think Trump went in there, shook it up. He didn't know anybody.
Yeah,
he wasn't in anyone's pocket.
I believe that Trump's had putting the country first, and Trump was saying, "Hey, look, I don't like where we are now compared to where we used to be, and we are the most powerful country in the world, and we should be acting like it." That's what I got from Trump. Whereas Ramaswamy, I feel like he's going to be like, I'm going to meet Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I'm going to be the coolest cat in town. That's what I get out of him.
I think he's pretty common sense on a lot of his stuff, and he also seems to be America first. You know what I mean? Like, he seems that way. What he's saying, whether that's true.
I think he just has a younger approach, and I think that's what's going to backfire. But honestly, with what we've only had old white guys, and where has that gotten us?
Yeah,
nowhere. I feel like put someone younger in there, and let's see how it.
Two presidents ago, we had a moderately young black guy.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm not opposed to a young guy. I just don't know if Ramaswamy is the guy. But I don't know who he is either. You know,
well, they were talking about that because they did talk about Trump because they have to, even though he's not there. They had to talk about him. And DeSantis was saying, he goes, "Listen, I don't think Trump is the guy." He goes, "We need somebody who can do 2 terms." He goes, "And Joe Biden's too old. He shouldn't be in there right now." And he goes, "And what, you're going to replace him with Trump, a guy who is, almost 80 years old and not going to be able to do 2 terms?"
It's weird because Trump seems to be light years ahead of Biden when it comes to
cognitive
versus their age, versus their actual physical age. So I don't really know. Joe Biden just a slow moving old guy with a stutter, so it also goes against him.
Yeah.
We had Joe Biden on the show, and he was actually a really good guest. Take away from the fact that he's president or vice president, he was a good guest. And I don't know, but that was also 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And that in your 70s is a long time. You know what I mean? Right. 8 years from being 20 to 28. Okay, whatever, but 8 years from being 70 to 78 is a big, big, big deal for sure.
My dad's 70-something years old, and he is nowhere near, like, he is way more with it than Biden appears to be on television. Not that he's, like, I think Biden comes across on TV like he's a lot slower and older than he is, but if you talk to him, he's probably a pretty normal old guy. But my dad is your dad. Your dad's 90, and he's way more with it than Biden is.
But I would also, as his son, say he should not be president.
Oh, my father can't be president just because he says the N-word. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He just hates when I say that. That's why I said that.
So Hanukkah begins at sundown tonight and ends with nightfall on Friday, December 15th.
Pronounced
so I would like
Chanukah.
is our great singer Smokey Robinson says Happy Chanukah to everyone.
Chanukah to you.
What was that, a cameo that he did?
Yeah.
Smokey Robinson
I gotta say, I've never heard of Chanukah before.
He said, "I want to wish you a happy Chanukah," they say here.
All my black dude impressions are Mo. I
was going to say that is not Smokey Robinson.
I love Smokey Robinson. I almost bought an autographed poster by him the other day for a ridiculous amount of money. Ever since I saw that Motown documentary, I love Smokey Robinson and the guy from Motown. What is his name?
Barry Gordy.
Barry Gordy. I would, if they had one of those, have lunch in L.A. with Barry Gordy, and I would pay $10,000 for it. Yeah. I think those guys are just awesome.
Some news for the Buccaneers fans out there. Christie Godwin's wife wants to know why the Bucs are, quote, blatantly lying about an assortment of injuries limited the receiver's number of snaps in Sunday's win over the Panthers. Godwin did not have a catch, but scored a rushing touchdown in the 21-18 victory. But when the Bucs coach Todd Bowles was asked about Godwin's lack of targets Monday, Bowles blamed injuries that resulted in a reduction of playing time, saying, quote, "We were subbing him out a lot. Obviously, he's a little nicked up, so he's not totally 100%. Nobody is, but he is probably banged up more than most." But then on Wednesday, Godwin's wife, Mariah, pushed back on that narrative and brought receipts. Godwin actually played 52 of the Bucs' 58 plays Sunday and had 3 targets but no catches. But that's only half the snaps it's only half snaps less than the 52.5 Godwin has averaged through 12 games. Saying, quote, "I'm not sure why they are just blatantly lying here," she wrote on Instagram. "Regardless of how banged up Chris is, he continues to work his ass off, hasn't missed a game, continues to run great routes and get open."
Okay. First of all, she's 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
And she backed it up with the information.
Yeah, we have it up on Bone TV right there. Yeah.
She went and showed every play, every snap, back all the way through the whole season. She's 100% right, and I think personally, Todd Bowles probably in the time thought that Godwin took more rest than he did. I don't think he lied, but I don't know. There may be a reason why they're not throwing balls to him as much. I don't know that either. He's been a very good receiver for us. All this being said, the last thing you want to do is wake up to a sports newspaper section that's writing a story about things that your wife said. This is not good.
Yeah.
If you see the next picture of Mariah Godwin with a black eye, you know where it came from. No, I'm kidding.
I bet she's not at the game.
But but you know what, though? She's at every game, every function. They've been dating since they were in high school. They are a great couple, and that is the sign of a good wife. She loves her husband, and she's sticking up for him, and she's actually factually correct in what she's saying, and she's not being a C-word about it. She's just saying, hey, but she also called the coach a liar, and that is going to create a problem now for him in the locker room.
Do you think she asked him first before she put this out there?
No, I think that she put that up out of frustration, and it's her account that she put it on, and she is also a fan of her husband's, and I think that is where she did it, but she doesn't realize the repercussions now are going to be the backlash that everybody is talking about this morning. What was the one player we had whose wife was super controversial that I used to talk to her on text? I think Drew had her on a couple of times.
Oh, it was
good player.
Yeah. What I know, I can see her face.
Yeah, me too. I can't remember.
Who the hell was that?
She was on sports radio, and
she got arrested in Miami.
Yeah, and she's really hot on social media.
What was her name?
Drew had her on the air a couple of times.
Oh, she's got a podcast.
Yeah,
she got arrested down in Miami. Who the hell was that?
He was only here for like 1 or 2 seasons.
Like the Dolphins bander when she was
Brent Grimes.
Grimes. Yeah.
What was her name? Do we remember?
Miko.
Yeah.
Miko Grimes.
She was outspoken. Now this is not the same case here. This is not the same situation. It's just that nobody.
But she was usually right. She was usually dead on.
She was right. But the problem is that he didn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
She ran the play, and whatever she said, he has to be the one to cash the check.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's even remotely close to this.
No.
Yeah.
But you don't want to wake up the next day and it be the top story in the sports section. Chris Godwin's wife calls the coach a liar.
Yeah.
He has to go to work today now and look at the coach and the other players.
I mean, if you feel he's being disrespected and it's not truthful,
it's none of your. I don't know.
She's still not your place.
She's standing up for him and she's proud of her husband and all that stuff. But also, you're screwing him over by doing that. You know what I mean?
That would be like your wife Gio calling Mike and being like, "Gio needs a day off. He's overworked.
Right?
Why do you make him come in?"
Gio's like, "I wish."
Yeah, but does she call Mike? You know what I mean? But that's basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if she just posted on Instagram, that
Mike
was a liar.
Mike's a liar, right?
Yeah.
And I'd also like to point out, it's not because she's a lady. It's not, she doesn't know sports. Yeah, obviously he doesn't want her cheering or anything.
Yeah.
No, but that's like anything. Like if your husband did something to you, where they didn't ask you, you guys didn't discuss it, and I don't know whether they discussed this or not.
Maybe he wanted it out there. We don't know
she
that.
She may have said, "I'm going to put this out there," and he was like, "All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
See what happens, whatever."
You still though. So Carmen, my wife did that to me this year.
Oh,
I can't say exactly. I'll tell you, I can't say exactly what it was for, but something happened here at the radio station, and my wife, who's never, I mean, you don't. Oh, the other thing about Godwin's wife is that her Instagram handle is Mrs. 12. She's in the Chris and Godwin Family Foundation, whatever they do together. Like, she's Mrs. Godwin. My wife has nothing about this show. She doesn't, anytime she's on the show, it's because I pull her in here. She's not trying to be on the radio. You know what I mean? So it's made it even worse. Something happened at the radio station, and my wife said, if this happens again, I'm going to call Jason, who's my boss. And I looked at her and I said, you shut your goddamn mouth. And she said, I'm telling you. She goes, if that happens again, I'm calling Jason myself, and I'm going to tell you. I said, you are, I mean, she knows Jason. I said, you are not calling anyone. And she said to me, of course I never would, but that's what I would want to do. And I went, you better. If I woke up the next day and Jason said, hey, I got this email from your wife, and she's not happy, and she called me a liar. And it's worse because Godwin's wife did it in public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If she would have just emailed the coach, that would have been between the two of them. It's embarrassing. Like Galvin said, I don't know if he didn't co-sign it before it happened, but it's embarrassing.
My
and it's
problem is
national news.
My problem is I don't like the coaching staff. I think Todd Bowles is a
And
complete
she's right.
failure.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm leaning towards her side because I 100% agree with her.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's not right, and
I think Todd Bowles has run this team into the ground.
Yeah.
Even there was the couple weeks where even Mike Evans wasn't getting targeted. They can't figure out how to get the ball to their two biggest stars.
But who is that? Is that Evans or is that?
It could be
Bowles or Canales?
Canales, the offensive coordinator, who's never been an offensive coordinator. I don't know ever.
Yeah. All I'm saying
I
today
can't wait
is-
till Todd Bowles and that coaching staff is gone. Is what I'm saying. I can't wait.
If you see Mariah Godwin today with a black eye and reading a speech that says, "I'm sorry, I acted out of line," you just know what happened.
I'd rather have Chris Godwin here than Todd Bowles.
But also, that probably in the locker room they're going to go, hey, Chris, you going to be able to make it to that thing, or should we ask your wife if you can go? Yeah.
I have his phone number, but I'm not even going to call him.
Moving on to another Buccaneers, former Buccaneer player, Tom Brady doesn't like that some people think he was a wuss on the field.
His wife's a bitch.
He says, quote, I took every single hit and got my ass up. I never wanted a defensive player going home I knocked the crap out of him and he didn't get up, so I made sure I got up after him.
I don't think he was a wuss to you. I think it's kind of like when you have a hockey player who's a great player and he's protected by other people, but I don't think he was a wuss.
The knock on Brady for years was that the refs all would call he would get calls just because he was.
Yeah. Yeah, which, that may be the case. But also, listen, if you're out there and you play the entire season and one time a guy comes in and sacks you, try getting sacked one time and see how much it hurts and how for the rest of your life you're walking funny.
How quick he gets up.
Right.
Yeah.
All I know is when he was here in that Rams playoff game, Aaron Donald busted his lip and Brady jumped right back up and was screaming right in his face.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think Brady's ever done anything, not when he was here, certainly, to make me think that he's a wuss.
No.
He seems, and we'd all go, Jesus, that's a 40-something-year-old guy. Just got hit like that and bounced right back up.
And he knows that when guys, if they're sacking Tom Brady, that's a big deal to that other person.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want them to get that satisfaction.
Yeah, a lot of those players say, no matter how hard they get hit, if they're coming across the middle, wide receiver, and they're like, I'm jumping right back up because I don't want them to think, I got him.
Yeah.
I was playing baseball one time and I got hit with a pitch, and you're never supposed to rub the spot where you got hit with the pitch, and I went, ow! I looked at the pitcher and I went, that hurt!
Well, you see it all the time in fighting, whether it's MMA or boxing. If somebody gets a good shot at them and they shake their head like it didn't hurt, it hurt. They're telling you it hurt. They're trying to pretend like it didn't hurt. It hurt. This is pretty interesting. A New York man beat the odds twice while playing Mega Millions. Marco Arcardo claimed two $1 million Mega Millions prizes from the same drawing held on November 11th. He took nearly a year to claim his prize. This was back in 2022 that he won. So he did just before the deadline. Arcado bought the tickets from a convenience store where he had all 5 numbers on both tickets were the same. So he got the $1 million prize from each one, wound up taking a lump sum payout of $651,000 for each ticket, totaling a $1.3 million prize after taxes.
Damn.
Yeah, how about that?
Not cool, man.
Not cool. Not as cool as this. Another New York man is making winning $10 million into an annual event. Wayne Murray of Brooklyn won $10 million playing the New York Lottery's 2,000 times scratch-off game on Tuesday. Last year, on August 22nd, Murray won $10 million playing the Black Titanium game. So he won 2 years in a row, $10 million. It's crazy. He bought the each ticket at the same store. Murray opted to get his winnings in a one-time lump sum, which turned out to be just over $6 million after taxes. Yeah, so good for him.
That's so awesome.
$10 million. If you won $10 million on a scratch-off, do you even think about playing?
My question was like, I don't think I ever play again. Right? I'm like, I won. I'm good.
And what are the odds of me winning again? If I just won $10 million on a scratch-off, do I think I'm ever winning again?
Way.
Or do I think I'm winning all the time? You know, I don't know.
It seems to me that scratch-offs is the way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Your odds are tremendously higher compared to just playing the Lotto or Mega Millions.
I know we've talked about this before, but the longest odd shot in the world was the guy who won. I don't know what he won. Let's just say $1 million on a scratch-off ticket. And the local news was doing a story on him. So they were at the convenience store, and they're like, hey, can you kind of reenact like you buying the ticket and stuff? So he buys the ticket, and they're doing stuff, and he scratches out, and he goes, I just won another $1 million. He goes, I just won. And then he won another whatever it was. Yeah, that's so crazy.
I feel like at least once a week, I come across a story of somebody in Florida winning these $1 million prizes where there's like one Powerball winner in the last 10 years.
Well, the Powerball is much more difficult because of the numbers
even
and some of the odds.
Regular Lotto, you know?
Yeah, the odds are more in your favor with the scratch-off for sure. But, you know,
I'm telling you,
crazy.
I feel like I'm never going to win anything. They say that if you know somebody that won the Lotto, your odds now decrease.
Yeah.
I know like 3 people who've won. Like big multi-million-dollar prizes.
Yeah, but also my brother's business partner, his parents won the lottery and his brother won the lottery for millions.
That's crazy.
That's millions in the same family. Yeah. So you never know.
I never win anything.
Once Pasquale Consalvo won and just turned Staten Island upside down by he won $30 million too. And when Johnny Carson said
that was way back then.
That was in the I was in high school. That had to be like 85. And Johnny Carson said Pasquale Consalvo on TV, and I was like, oh my god,
yeah. Now that $30 million isn't a lot now, but you know,
oh my god,
it was crazy back then too.
$30 million. I tell you the story. $30 million. Refused to move out of his house that he lived in his whole life, and built an in-ground pool in the backyard, which is not very common, or at least wasn't that time in New York or Staten Island. And he had no yard, so you would open the screen door and just go right in the pool.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, why is all this water in here? Oh, screen door.
Yep.
Pizza Hut launched a promotion where they're giving away doormats to homeowners that want to offer free pizzas to the people that deliver your packages. So the mats are free, but they're only giving a limited number out. It basically routes them to a gift card. So you put the mat out, and then they scan the QR code, whatever, the delivery person.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but aren't you just going to have pizza pirates now? Pizza Ports pirates? The deliveries can apparently be anything like Amazon, USPS, FedEx, UPS. They didn't say whether the food deliveries count, but there are some caveats. The doormats are free, but you can only claim one online, and they're only making 250 of them available. So
I got a TV delivered yesterday.
Yeah.
By 2 guys, looked like a father and son moving company. And they brought it in. They're like, we'll take it in for you. And I was like, I got it. It's about 3 pounds. This makes the TV is so light now.
Right.
And then a handle, and I picked it up, and I go, yeah, I got it. I'm good. Thank you. Nothing against them. I just thought, I don't need help with this thing. I do need help hanging it, though.
Oh,
Dino.
That's what I'm saying. Dino.
We can't help you.
This is and by the way, my nephew Tommy should have to pay for this TV. It was him looking at the TV in my office going, these graphics stink, that I was like, oh, God damn it, I need a new TV now.
So what is he, $120?
$349 for a 55-inch flat screen smart TV.
The first TV I bought, the big screen TV, was $1,800.
Yeah.
I spent all the money I got from my wedding to get a TV, and now they're like $200.
So the TV that I'm taking down is in perfect running order, but it's not a smart TV, and I don't have cable, so I do need something in there to connect it. And right now I'm doing it through the PlayStation, and it's not as easy to operate. But anyway, that TV, I can't throw that out. Like, what do I do with it?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Marketplace, just give it away.
What?
Spanish needs a TV.
Do you need a TV?
I do actually need a TV.
I told him you can have my TV. You got 2 different TVs.
4 brand new ones I have sitting out there.
Well, angrily, I may have thrown a PlayStation controller and it hit my TV.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Not because you're mad at PlayStation, though.
No.
Don't try and play it off like that.
You tried to hit Krishma with it?
Oh.
She wasn't there, but she was the cause of my anger, yeah.
Did you throw your alarm clock at the TV, too?
Why?
Who has you in the death pool? No, in the Christmas list.
thing? I don't know, actually. Dom does.
Just tell Dom to buy a TV.
Yeah, I'm down. I'll tell him.
Or just take one of Mike's.
Dom has you, and who has Joe?
I do.
Oh, yeah? That's not good.
You should buy Joe. You should buy Joe a TV.
I got a TV. Yeah.
I don't need a TV.
Why about hanging in the Spanish room? It's your house.
All right.
How about this? We were talking about money, and I want you to answer as quickly as you can. A new poll asked people, would you rather receive $1 million today or earn 3 cents for every step you take?
Oh, $1 million. Look at my Fitbit. Yeah, I'm saying right here, I can't even get Pokemon to give me prizes for walking.
You'd rather have the million today?
I don't even care what the math adds up to.
What about you, Spanish?
I think I would. I'd probably do the million.
What's the second part? 3 cents for
3
what?
cents for every step you take.
When? Like for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do that.
I mean, I'd go back to Monkey Mountain if I had to do that.
I make some money taking out the dogs that way.
That's true.
No.
Well, if you want to do the math, Joe, you're probably wrong because you're not going to make it because it's going to take you about 9 years to do.
No.
Yeah. Depending on how much you walk, though, I guess. About 56% of people said they'd prefer the 3 cents per step, so a little over half. If you do get 10,000 steps a day, that's about $300 a day, which is $2,100 a week or $109,000 per year. And in that case, it would take you a little over 9 years to make $1 million. But after that, you could keep going, and that's around $195 per hour walking. But some smart finance types will still take the lump sum now, provided you save and invest the money and do stuff. You have $1 million now, or it's going to take you a while. I got to be honest with you. I probably would take the 3 cents because, I'm going to make a lot more.
Yeah, you do run. My fear is I would die before I got any substantial
and
amount
that's a
of money.
possibility, and that's why I said Joe's not going to be around for another 5 years. But also, the thing about that is that motivates you to be in really good shape.
Oh, that's
you're
right.
like, hey, I'm
Making
making money. If you're out there running, you're like, I'm making money.
To say it like that?
Yeah, that's how I say it.
I love it.
If you did not know, Taylor Swift was named Time Magazine Person of the Year.
Boo.
Did you see the cover? She is on there with her kitty cat.
I sure did. I think she absolutely deserves it, too.
Did you see Sam recreate the cover?
I did, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think Sam's a nice person.
Wait.
I think she's... I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not.
Great personality.
I think she's super
No one's
attractive.
listening.
Whoa.
She's very pretty. That's all I'm saying. She's married, and I know her husband. And
Super attractive.
I just think she's very pretty. Yeah, but I think she went from being a kind of tomboyish board op to being like a hot radio chick. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like the more you guys let me talk, the more I'm digging.
That's why we're being quiet.
And deeper into this whole. Fine, I want to bang her. I'm kidding. Oh, like I never want to bang a married chick. I'm kidding, Carmen. I'm saying that to be silly, but I do. I think I watched her like be like an awkward kid to be like a sexy. Oh, come on.
So you like to watch awkward kids grow up and then bang them?
I've been watching you this whole time.
I remember when you were just a kid.
An awkward kid.
Now take your shirt off.
No. I thought I liked her picture. I thought it looked good.
Well, People Magazine released their list of the.
I totally bang her.
So Time Magazine, she's the person of the year, and then People Magazine released their list of 25 most intriguing people of 2023.
If Barbie's on the list, I'm out.
Intriguing seems to be like they have to be somewhat new, right?
No.
Oh.
Intriguing. Just people that are interesting.
Vivek Ramaswamy?
So they don't have it in any particular order, but they do have a bunch of different ones here. I have the top. I have 10 of them. Taylor Swift, of course, made that list as well. Jeremy Allen White, who we talked about yesterday from The Bear and from that new Von Erich movie, he's in there. Let's see. Halle Bailey, not Halle Berry. Halle Bailey. Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules. She got cheated on by Tom Sandoval, the Scandoval. Beyonce is in there. Coleman Domingo from Fear of the Walking Dead.
What a great name, Domingo.
Donna Kelsey, the mother of Travis and Jason. David Beckham, Margot Robbie, and Lily Gladstone from Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm assuming that's
the fat one.
That's her.
Yeah.
So they're the intriguing people for People's Magazine.
I still haven't seen that movie yet. I will when it comes out, and I can watch it from home in 4 different installments.
On one of your new TVs.
I do think Taylor Swift deserved Person of the Year. I don't know anybody who I'd go or this person because there really hasn't been a lot. But Taylor Swift really dominated in so many levels and put herself in the ranks. You know, you can have a Britney Spears type rank, or then you can have a Michael Jackson like type rank, and she was up there with the Michael Jacksons of the world, and is so young and still doing it and doing it the right way. And I got to tell you, this whole thing with her and Travis Kelce and her showing up at the game and stuff, I think she's got a lot of class about her. Like, I don't know. People are blaming her for losses and stuff. That obviously has nothing to do with it. But I think that she's been way classier than a lot of players' wives or girlfriends that you see. You don't see her writing editorials on social media about Kelsey's playing,
or
do you?
splashing champagne in anybody's face.
Yeah.
Did you see how she said it was like out of her control and she's just there to see her boyfriend? And she goes, I can't worry about the dads and the chads and the bros that are upset because I'm on TV.
She's right.
Yeah.
And Al Michaels, it pained him to say it. He goes, or not Al Michaels, whoever's done the Monday Night Football. He was like, there's Taylor Swift, and she's here and watching the show. And he goes, and that's all I have about that. Yeah. He's right. I mean, leave them alone. Obviously, with her being the biggest celebrity, she's going to get some attention, but you don't have to keep saying it. We know she's there.
But that's the networks that are like,
make him do it.
Yeah. And he's just like, I'm a sports broadcaster. I'm not.
Listen,
TMZ.
my daughter is 10 years old, and she knows who Travis Kelce is and who Mike Evans is, because that's who we talked about in the house recently, Mike Evans. Other than that, I don't know if she can name 3 other football players. So it's working. Whatever they're doing, it's working. You're welcome, Mr. Beast.
So they have the in-season Hard Knocks that is Miami Dolphins.
Right.
And what is his name? The cheetah.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Did you see his? So he got married, and his wife is there. Did you see the guy spill the nacho cheese all over her?
No, at their wedding?
No. She was in the stands watching the game.
Oh, yeah.
It's Tyreek Hill's wife and his mother, and he scores a touchdown, and they jump up, and the guy just goes like this and dumps nachos all in her hair and on her back. She couldn't have been nicer. She was like, "Is it all over me?" And he's like, I'm so sorry.
And if you watch the video, when she stands up, she kind of like bumps him. Like they're both standing to go cheer, and she kind of bumps the nacho bowl or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everyone was saying like, oh, how dare he?
Yeah,
do
I mean,
that?
listen,
He's
the guy didn't do it on purpose or
Right.
anything like that, and whether she bumped him. Yeah, but she was, cool about it. She wasn't like, how dare you, and get him kicked out or anything like that. But,
Yeah. I would just, if I was sitting next to him, take a chip and get it right off her
Yeah.
side.
I was like, oh, no. That guy's got to feel so bad for so long.
So, I'm trying to eat good. I'm trying to eat healthy. I went to a sushi restaurant with my son yesterday, and I can't have any of the rice. So I said, do you guys have like a sashimi platter where it's just a thing? And the guy goes, yeah, just tell us what kind of fish you want. I told him, dude, they have a platter, right, for like 4. And they brought me enough sushi. They brought it out. I went, oh my God. I ate sushi the whole day yesterday. Just it was unbelievable. But
your mercury levels are through the roof.
Oh, my God. But I'll tell you, I think I could go eat it again today.
Oh, so good.
I love
Yeah,
sushi. I love
sushi's so
sashimi. I love the whole deal.
Get it?
Have either of you guys seen the video of Tyreek Hill and the girls playing flag football? Is that old? Have you seen that with the 40 girls? Where he just totally smokes them. And it's like, that it's to prove that we're not built the same. Yeah, it's him and it's 40
but
girls
there's not
on
too many
Capture the
men
Flag.
built the same as Tyreek Hill.
The
either.
fastest man in the NFL.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
he smoked. I mean, he was just breaking these girls' ankles left and right. It was nuts.
So there is a video out, and it popped up in my timeline the other day, and I retweeted it. It is girls that are playing against retired guys that played for
I
Wrexham.
thought you were going to say retarded guy.
No, retired guys from Wrexham, the club that Ryan Reynolds and McElhenney own. And she's like, Ryan and McElhenney, you guys should be here. We're going to whoop their ass and da-da-da. And then they cut to score.
Yeah.
12-0. 12-0. And it's just like, oh, you shouldn't be talking. You should not talk and do that stuff. We talked about this yesterday, but TV legend Norman Lear died. He was 101 years old. Carmen had him on the death pool, so she got points for that. So still working all the way to the end. We got until the 15th. But Carmen moves up in the standings a little bit. She has now, 201 points.
I saw a great video yesterday from American Bandstand sometime in the 70s. It was Dick Clark interviewing Archie Bunker, who is Carol Connor as the actor. And he goes, how different are you from the character in which you play? And he goes, well, let me ask you a question, and answer it as Carol Connor, and then answer it as Archie Bunker. And he goes, okay. And he said, what do you think about conservation? Keep in mind, this is probably 74. And he goes, I think we need to conserve our energy. Is wasting energy and this, that, and the other, and we need to watch our forest and carry on. And he goes, all right, now Archie, what do you think about conservation? He goes, what do you save the trees? He goes right into Archie, and he's like, how are we going to build houses without trees? He was really, really good, but it's interesting because when he was talking just as Carol O'Connor, you don't see the Archie in there at all.
Yeah, it's a whole
minute
character.
He turns it on, he goes, he gets into that whole head nod. And
I saw a great thing with Ed O'Neill, who played Al Bundy, and he said that one of the guys that was producing the show had seen him on stage do a play, whatever, and he wanted to bring him in. They were like, he's like a serious guy? Like, what are we bringing him in? But he said all these guys were playing Al Bundy is like kind of over the top and, funny guy. He goes, I played it as my uncle. He goes, I had my uncle who was just beat down and his wife ruled the roost and did everything with her. And he goes, he was the kind of guy who came home and they go, hey, the dog died. And he goes, when's dinner? and he was like, yeah, of course the dog died. And he goes, so that's how. And it was so funny to see him turn that character because he's telling the story, and then all of a sudden turns into Al Bundy, and you're like, oh my god, that's so great.
That's funny.
Yeah. Another person who passed away, we talked about a little bit yesterday, is Ralph. So Ralph, a longtime friend and stylist for Howard Stern, who frequently appeared on his radio show. He died at 58. He was receiving treatment for a rare lymphoma when his heart gave out on Tuesday morning.
I still don't understand I don't understand. So they say he didn't have health insurance, which is weird when you have a friend who's a billionaire and just that was Howard's best friend.
Oh,
so if Pete needed money for I don't know. I don't know the story. I'm just assuming from the reports.
Yeah, well, Howard was saying that Ralph didn't take care of himself and he wouldn't go to the doctor when he was told. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
That's what he said. That's why.
But they said it's because he didn't have health insurance.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so
it's funny how people connect and how things go around. So Ralph, Eddie Trunk put out the other day that Ralph used to go into the record store that he worked at, and they used to talk about music all the time, way before. And then he was also on Letterman's show. He was in the crowd and got to ask a question to Larry Bud Melman, and it was Ralph when he was like 17 or something with like dyed hair, and it was all feathered and long and stuff. It was funny.
The thing about him is he got on when Howard had this show. It was just one of the most groundbreaking shows. It was called the Channel 9 show because Channel 9 was kind of like I don't know, maybe more like a Bay News, not really Bay News 9, but it was local, but it was still on New York television. And he had this time slot that was late night on the weekends. He wanted to go against Saturday Night Live, and he put on this show, and they went above and beyond. But Ralph wrote to them, and years before that, and Ralph said that he did makeup and he could do prosthetics and stuff. So they hired him on to do it. Well, that Channel 9 show had some of the best prosthetics you'll ever see. Like Howard would be like, today I'm going to be Bob Barker, and they would make him look like a tall Jewish Bob Barker. It was amazing. I mean, he really was talented.
Was that the one where you did the blackface?
A couple times. Yeah.
I saw a clip of Howard talking about Ralph, and he was saying about how he came onto the show, that he called in when he was a kid and has said something about his mom. And he's like, I don't want to talk to you. You're a stupid kid. And this, that.
Yeah.
But then he said that he became friends with them and started coming in and doing stuff. And he goes, Ralph was the one who said, hey, man, you don't look great on TV. Like, maybe grow your hair out and don't wear short sleeve shirts and this. And he goes, instead of me saying, hey, shut up, kid, whatever, he was like, oh, tell me, what should I wear? What should I do? And he goes, he started cutting my hair, started picking out clothes. And,
John Stamos had a big, long thing about him. He was
and Stamos were really good friends.
They're really good friends, yeah.
That's wild.
They all, I met him a couple of times, and he was a nice enough guy, but I know that when I listened to the show as a kid, we all hated Ralph because of what he did on the air. He was just the kind of guy that he would come in here and he'd be like, Spanish, you add nothing to the show, and you're like, oh, hope this guy dies young one day. You get mad at him. But then if it actually happens, you feel bad about it. So I definitely wasn't friends with him by any means, but I met him a couple of times. He was nice enough.
Diddy is now facing a fourth sexual assault lawsuit, this time by a woman who claims that she was sex trafficked and gang raped when she was 17 years old in 2003. But Diddy is fighting back now. He issued a statement saying, quote, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things that are being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth."
I don't even know anymore what to believe. Do I think Diddy back in the day was in a party where they might have got a little rough with a girl? Maybe, I don't know. But is he sex trafficking girls? Is he raping girls? I don't know. Wow. But right now, I know I'm thinking he is because people say it, and that just shows you how defenseless you are when somebody makes those allegations. I'm telling you right now, I never drink and drive at all. But we were talking about yesterday, if I get a DUI because I refuse to take the test or whatever, and you're gonna hear I got a DUI, and right away you're gonna be like, oh, I got a big drunk, but you don't know that my charges are dropped and all this stuff, and I didn't know alcohol in my system. Like you really go by what you hear, and now that you're hearing it's three different people saying it. Well, you're like, well, now it's got to be something.
Oh, and all these accusations are from like the early 2000s. How do you prove that? You know what I mean? Because they showed pictures of her in the studio. Okay, so she was in the studio. With
you're not going to be able to prove it, but the problem
people
is
get convicted for less.
But the damage is going to be done to him and his career now, even if it's not true.
Right.
I mean, I think he's pretty scummy, and I think there's a lot of truth to this.
I gotta tell you, I don't know anything about. Like, I know who he is from TV and all that stuff, but I don't. I can't weigh in on a subject I don't know about.
Aubrey O'Day, who was part of Danity Kane, the first making of the band or whatever, she has been outspoken of Diddy since she's been on the scene.
But can I also say something about her, Carmen?
Yeah.
Is that's totally fine. She can say whatever she wants. But look at her. She looks like a lunatic. She's done 80 plastic surgeries and everything. Oh, yeah, but that also lends to her credibility. I look at her and I go, well, you're nuts. You're nuts. You ruined your face. You're crazy. And now you're just saying stuff.
Right. But
who knows?
Part of that is because he was telling her, you're not the one, you don't look like you used to anymore. You're getting older. You can't be in the band if you don't look this young. You need to get in shape. You need to lose weight. You need to do this. You need that. He was basically telling her she wasn't going to make it if she didn't do those things.
Okay.
But that's psychological.
No, you got at some
yes,
point.
It is.
Listen, Carmen, at some point you have to stand up for yourself. You can't let people tell you
But if you
want
to be in the business, yes. If you want to be in the business and you want to make money, then okay, that's why you're not an actor. That's why you're not a singer, because you're not willing to listen.
I'm not a singer because I don't sing well.
But you're not an actor. But I'm just saying, if you want to be in those, if you want to be in that business, if you want to be in entertainment, you have to be willing and able to take criticism and change yourself.
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody that's famous and did what they did and tells you to do, stick to your guns. Do what you want to do because nobody else knows what the hell they're talking about. That you're sitting there telling me this, like if they would have came to me and said, hey, listen, if you want to be on the radio, you're going to have to cut your hands off. I'd go, okay, well, I'm not going to be on the radio, or I'll figure out a way to be on the radio.
Right.
Yeah, but somebody like Diddy, who has so much power in that industry.
He can keep you out of that industry.
Yeah, he can make or break you for sure.
He absolutely could. But also, what's your choice? Do you want to go and get 50 surgeries on your face, or do you want to go, all right, well then I guess I'm not going to do this and I'll figure something else out.
Look at the Kardashians. They did the same thing. They wanted to be famous, so they just started chopping and putting things in.
They're just better at it.
They had the money to do it already.
Right, but I'm just saying, so you see these people who are able to get successful by doing stuff like that, and you're like, okay, well, why am I any different? I'll do the same. I'll just follow suit because I want to be in this industry. I want to be successful.
You're still talking about Diddy?
He was saying that because she got plastic surgery, she's not credible, which I don't think that should play.
No. I'm not saying because she got plastic surgery, she's not credible. I'm saying she destroyed her face, so she's a lunatic.
But no, you can't. The plastic surgeon did. She had bad plastic.
She allowed
surgery.
him to do it. She went in to do it, and she did it a bunch of times.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, and I look at them and I go, "You're crazy."
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it works.
Thank you, sir.
Anyways, moving on. Finally, in news, maybe it's the Mandela effect, or maybe it's just your bad memory. But you're not alone when you're quoting movies wrong.
Oh.
Stop quoting movies wrong,
It
people.
hurts my heart.
So we're gonna go through this, though. We're gonna see whether you know or not. I'm gonna tell you a movie, and you tell me what the quote is. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Whenever the mirror, mirror. What is the actual quote?
It's Magic Mirror.
Anybody else?
I believe that it is Magic Mirror because I've always said mirror, mirror, and I know that was one of the Mandela effects.
So, yeah, it's Magic Mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? That kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
What did you say?
Magic Mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
Wrong.
Really?
Magic Mirror is right. I will tell you that. Most people say mirror, mirror, but that's not right. It is Magic Mirror, but that's not the rest of the quote.
Okay.
The rest of the quote is actually Magic Mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Okay. Close enough.
Yeah, close, but it's a little bit wrong. What about...
but I would have said mirror, mirror had we not talked about this one other time.
What is the Gone with the Wind? Frankly,
my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
that is the actual quote.
But
Most people say, frankly, Scarlett,
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. So it's actually, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. What about Casablanca?
I don't think he ever said play. What is it? What does it say?
Play it again,
Play it
Sam.
again. Sam. I don't think
But
he
it's-
ever
no,
says
he
it.
doesn't. He
So
says-
that's the quote that everyone says is play it again,
Yeah.
Sam. But he says, what?
he says, play.
Does he say play it again, doll?
No.
No.
Why would he call Sam a doll?
I don't remember, but I don't think it's even play it again.
He says,
Play it one more time.
play it, Sam. Play as time goes by.
Play it, Sam.
No kidding.
Yeah. But everybody says, play it again, Sam, because it's just locked in, you know. What about Dirty Harry? The famous line from Dirty Harry.
Go ahead, make my day.
Well, no, the other one. About Lucky.
Punk.
About
you
Lucky.
feel lucky, Punk?
Do you feel lucky, punk?
That's what everyone says. That's
Oh,
not
is
the
it-
actual quote.
No, I don't know it. That's all I ever said.
The actual quote is, you got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel
Do I
lucky?
feel lucky?
Well, do you, punk?
Yeah.
So he never actually says, do you feel lucky, punk? Yeah. What about Jaws? About the boat.
We're gonna need I think we're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
We're going to need a bigger boat is what everyone thinks. But it's actually, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Dreyfus, it says it.
Yeah.
No, Dreyfus doesn't say that.
Quint.
Oh no, it's the
Scheider?
chief. Yeah, the chief.
Oh, I thought.
Chief
Well, the
Police?
way Galvin said it, I thought it's like he looked at the shark and said, "You're gonna."
Well,
need
he
the
just
bigger boat."
he was throwing chum in the water,
And
and
the
the
shark
shark
came
comes
up.
up. It's the first time you get to see the shark.
Yeah, so he actually says, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
What about Star Wars? The big one.
Oh, this one I know.
What is it?
No, I am your father.
That's the right.
That is the actual quote.
He doesn't say
Everybody
Luke.
always says, Luke, I am your
Yeah.
father. He says, no, I am your father. Because Luke says, my father told me about blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And it says, no, I'm your father.
He says, "No, I am your father." Dude, I'm telling you right now, when the thing came out and it said, and he said, "I'm your father." I mean, I'm 10 years old. I was like, "There's no way." Like any adult who watched it from Star Wars knew that eventually that was going to be his father. I had no clue till he said it, and I went, "What?"
Yeah.
And then I remember Weekly Reader came out and it said it had a poll. Do you think Darth Vader is really Luke's father? And I was like, no way. My teacher's like, totally. And I went, no way. I couldn't believe it.
They had a video clip that was making the rounds, and it was the actual Star Wars first showing, not first showing, but whenever it first came out. And when he says, no, I am your father, and everyone in the audience goes, oh, like everyone is, oh my God, like freaking out.
The worst part is when you find out Luke's making out with his sister.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Dude, there is a great thing about that where they had like these people like reenact or whatever, and Obi-Wan Kenobi's like, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Because technically he knows.
Yeah, he's like, well, you probably shouldn't do that. What about Field of Dreams?
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. If you build it, we will come.
They will come.
Damn it.
You're both wrong. Well, if you build it, they will come is what everybody says, but it's actually, if you build it, he will come.
Damn it.
Yeah, but I think I thought that it said different things at different times. The first one's he will come, and then later on in the movie is they will come.
Who is he talking about specifically?
His father.
It
No.
is his I thought it was one of the
But it's
Darth Vader.
No, it's not. His father doesn't come till the very end. but it turns out where it's a bunch of different players, but then at the time the whole team starts showing up and playing. So I think they will come as in there later.
I think his father is what they're
That's such a
talking
good
about.
movie.
Yeah. And then let's see some of the other ones here.
You know why it's a good movie? Because it had never been done before, and it didn't make any sense. It was just a good movie.
What about Silence of the Lambs? When Hannibal.
Oh, it's.
No,
right
when
quote?
Hannibal greets her, what does he say?
Hello, Clarice.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that. This is way off.
Really?
It's not, he doesn't say hello, Clarice. He says good morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have never.
He never
in a
says
million
hello,
years-
Clarice,
yeah.
at all?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Pro quo.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
What about the chocolates from Forrest Gump?
Life is like a box of chocolate.
Mama said.
Yeah. Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Mama told me life is like a box of chocolates.
Well, it's actually you're very close on this one. A lot of people say life is like about. They just started there. Whatever. It's my mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
I love that movie.
That's really good.
I just also feel like he knew exactly what you're going to get. The chocolate came with a map.
Right, and it has the
Not
names of the
always.
Third
candies on
row,
it,
second
right?
one down. It's got some sort
Yeah.
of raspberry in the middle. It's gross.
Delicious. Oh,
Oh no!
I'll take your raspberry
Just
chocolate.
bitter.
Don't try to ruin Forrest Gump for me.
Then bottom row,
not
the
as
two
good.
the two thin ones have toffee in
It's
it.
not?
That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh, the toffee ones.
Little Forrest?
I'll
Yeah.
trade toffee for
That's
raspberry.
not his kid.
Oh no.
Little
It's not
Forrest
whose
is his
kid?
kid.
It's not Forrest Gump's kid.
Oh, it looks just like him.
No,
They bang at the thing.
she's banging everyone. That
Yeah, but then why is
that
that kid also retarded?
He's not.
Whoa.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
No.
That's what she. Because he even says, "Does
Yeah.
he like me?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And
Haley
she says
Joel
no,
Osment.
he's best in his class.
BC's
Yeah.
dead people.
Yeah, because she banged some other dude on the bus.
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. And then
She banged a lot of dudes, and I bet you want to talk about traffic. I bet she was.
That
She
meme,
was in the Black Panther. I like your Black Panther rally.
the meme that's like, "Thanks, Jenny. You've come back when you've got AIDS."
Yeah.
I forget exactly how it goes.
I'm rich and you have AIDS.
Yeah. How convenient.
And
Why
then
is it when you start talking like Forrest Gump, you can't stop? No,
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
have to do it.
I like your Black Panther.
My favorite quote is, "Boy, your mama sure cares about your school."
And then the final one is Titanic. What does he say? The front of the boat?
Move over, bitch.
No, no.
I'm the king
I'm
of the
falling,
world.
freezing over
I'm
here.
sorry. What is it, Carmen?
I'm the king of the world.
No, it's look, Jack. I'm the king of the world.
No.
Well, no.
Damn
She
it.
was actually right. So people say I'm king of the world, but it's I'm the king of the world is the actual quote. Yeah.
Good job, Carmen.
So there you go.
Yeah, idiot.
There you go.
You too.
Yeah.
Draw me like your French girls, Jack.
Yeah.
My mama was like French
Okay.
girls.
Mm, French fries.
He's my best friend, Bubba. Well,
Me and
I haven't
Jenny
said
go
that in a
together
while.
like peas and carrots.
Oh, it's so good.
Ooh, peas and carrots.
You jumped up and bit me.
You know Carmen's hungry when she's enjoying the thoughts of peas
Yeah.
and carrots.
I'm starving.
How are those eggs? Did you make another omelet this morning or what?
No, I did not. I'm back.
Oh, convenient. No dirty,
Yeah.
smelling onions.
First off, you know what, Gio? You just don't like healthy food.
That's
You-
true.
You need to look into that.
That's true.
Mom always said you're unhealthy.
Did you know the McRib's back?
What?
What?
You know that has onions on it?
Go eat that baby foot sandwich. Ugh.
Something bad's gonna happen.
It's,
McRib is back.
It's
Yeah.
so good. It's so good. You're missing out.
No, I'm not. I went
Oh.
and tried it one time and I was like, this is a baby's foot.
How long ago did you try it?
Like a year.
All right, that's fair.
What do you think it changed?
I thought you were gonna be like 5 years ago. I'd be like, give it a shot.
The last time it was back.
Did the chef change the recipe?
Yeah.
It's a different baby. Did anybody see the story about the woman that got attacked by the beaver?
No.
Oh.
She got bit in the face by a beaver and she was attacked by it. And I read the follow-up story today. In order to deal with it, because her face is all messed up, she's been burning pictures of beavers. Beavers, not beaver. She's been burning pictures of beavers to make herself feel better about getting Reagan's
see that.
revenge on the
Can we
beaver.
all just point out that it's definitely not the beaver's fault that you got
I
bit
agree.
in the face by a beaver?
Yeah.
I mean, do we all think that beavers are good at jumping or are super
Yeah.
fast? Like what? I don't even know. Are you? Unless you laid down on a dam, I don't know how you're getting bit by in the face by
Yeah.
a beaver.
I went to a outdoor kind of marine aquarium kind of thing in San Diego one time, and they had this giant pit with walruses with the big tusks. And I wanted to pet one of those little wrinkly heads so bad, and I put my arm like in the tank because they were just like right there. And the guy across the thing goes, he whistled and he goes, "Sir, please remove your arm. The walrus will rip it off from the socket." I went, "All right, my bad."
Oh, that's like in where is it, San Francisco or wherever down where they have all the sea lions and stuff. And there's a video of a lady putting her kid on the back of a sea lion that's up on the thing, and the thing goes, and like tries to bite the kid and eat the kid. The kid falls off and rolls, luckily, but it's like, it's a wild animal. Yeah. When are people going to understand that part of it?
There was one that came up in my algorithm the other day, and there's a lion behind the cage, and the guy's he's poking the lion and poking the lion, trying to scratch him, and then at the last second, the lion grabs his finger, and the guy puts his both feet on the fence, and he's pulling back.
You're not doing anything.
And he had to pull his finger off.
And it rips the whole finger off, and it falls off the lion. You can see the finger in the lion's mouth.
How about the orangutan that the guy's up there, and the orangutan just casually goes shirt and just grabs him with one hand, the easiest in the world, and the guy's fighting for all his might, and the orangutan's like, "You're not going anywhere. I got your shirt."
Idiots.
I mean, they are strong.
It shows the fingers snap off in slow motion too.
Good. Yeah. Good. That guy does that, and then he goes to pick up his finger, and I kick him in the head, and I go, "You're an idiot."
Oh my god!
I saw one the other day where they were doing an outdoor tram, and they were driving through what was some sort of maybe cat rescue place, and a big female lion without the mane. That's a female.
Yes. Yeah.
Jumped into the tram. But it's like a loving cat, and it starts rubbing its head on everybody. And
until it doesn't.
I thought if this happened, I'd be so scared because I want to rub his little face, but I also don't want him to decide to be like, "I'm gonna eat this guy's head."
Right.
His head looks plump and delicious. Just hit it.
I don't like big cats.
I do. As long as somebody's sitting there right there with a machine gun.
I do, but I always feel like there it is.
Good.
So good.
That's good.
Gross.
That's good.
Absolutely gross.
No, because at any point in time, you're gonna get slashed by their. Oh, that's so gross, dude. Their claws. Or imagine if you get bit. Now you just have puncture wounds, and you're just bleeding out while this animal drags you somewhere.
There is, you've seen them, the guys that had raised the lion since they were little, cub.
I want that.
But until it doesn't, they're friendly and they're running around. But there is one where this huge lion is drinking water, and it's looking and it's watching and it's drinking water and it's making sure nothing's coming and stuff. And this guy who raised it from a little baby comes up behind it sneaking and goes like this and hits it on the hips, whatever, and then goes, roar, turns around and then sees him and goes over and puts his head up against him like, "Oh, we're friends. It's okay." But I mean, you're just asking for it. You are just asking.
Look at the TV. Charlie Belcher is at Busch Gardens, and there's a big penguin there, and I hope to God that penguin is. I love Charlie, but I hope that penguin attacks him right here on Fox 13. Get him. All right.
That is it for news.
Yeah, thank you, Calvin. If you are wondering what to get me for Christmas, this is what I would like.
Gio?
No, I don't want Gio.
Oh.
Well, he has you.
I know, but I don't need this, but this is perfect. Okay. I talked to Will from Shark Coast Tactile, and I said, you need to come up with some sort of Calta Christmas package so that people who know and people who don't know, like if you don't know anything about guns, but you got a guy in your life that will appreciate one, what do you do? And he came up with one. It is everything you need. Rifle, an AR, flashlight, optic, the magazine, tactical bag. You won't break. It's guaranteed for life. Everything that you need all together for under $800.
Awesome.
From Shark Coast Tactile. If you go in there and you say, "I want the Calta combo," they will hook you up with all that stuff for the holidays. I think it's important because there's some women listening to the show that are like, "I want to get my husband something. I think he'd like an AR, but I don't know anything about him. What do I do?" You go ask for the Calta combo. There's some guys who are like, "Hey, I want to get my wife her first package. I want to take her out shooting. I wish she was like me and had what I have, whatever." Go get her the Calta combo. Neither one of you have guns and you both want to get it, go buy 2 Calta combos. You can get all that stuff included for under $800. All you need to do is go to sharkcoasttactical.com or stop by and see them on Bee Ridge Road. They got the big holiday celebration coming up next Saturday, the 16th. So walk in there anytime or give them a call and tell them you want information on the Calta combo and get it sold. That is something I would definitely, if I opened up my Christmas present and it was an AR and a bunch of stuff that went with it, I'd be very happy. Yeah. The hard part would be like, now I have to go find a place during Christmas to go shoot it. So. All right, we must take a break. I must make a little bit of a pee-pee. Can we play Whose Tweet Is It?
We have open letter.
After open letter?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do some commercials. Then we'll play a new open letter. Then we'll do a little Whose Tweet. Then Martine will be in. and we got a whole bunch of show left. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Number one company to call if you need an AC system for your home, although today you may not be thinking about AC. In fact, a lot of you probably turned your heat on for the first or second time this year and smell that smell. Ooh, that smell that your coil's burning. That's because you haven't had a tune-up done. You can do that from Superheat and Air. You can have them come on out like you should do at least twice a year and get your unit all ready in shape. But if you know that smell means something's really wrong and you've just been putting it off because you don't want to pay for it, and now you can get a new unit installed from Superheat and Air, and you get no interest and no payments for 18 months. And they get great service. So much that my dad hit me up at 6:15 this morning. He said, what's the name of that company again? And I sent him the link, and he, in 2 seconds, wrote back, called them, they're on their way. That's how it goes. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they're available for you. So you should never, ever, ever in the middle of summer have to suffer through the heat in the middle of the night with no AC. And, it's only going to be cold for a little while now, but imagine it was like this for a week or so and your air wasn't kicking, you'd be miserable. Call Superheat and Air and make sure you tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Now, a lot of things to get to tomorrow on the show. Mark Tremonti is going to join us from the band Creed. Before we go any further, I wanted, because Galvin's got a new open letter that we're going to do here in a second. I just got to read something to you that I found online, and you tell me who it is, okay? Tomorrow, I am flying to Vegas. I was supposed to tour Raider Stadium. Instead, I'll find a way to volunteer. After Route 91, I helped. After Uvalde, I helped. Now after UNLV, I will help. Because that's what you do when your community falls down. You pick them back up. # Vegas. Who said those words?
Is it somebody we know personally?
Yes.
I bet I know.
I know.
Carmen, I knows. I could tell just from the way she's laughing.
Yeah, I'm not.
Do you know or you're going to guess?
I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But had I not saw it, I still 100% would have guessed correctly.
Spanish, do you know?
I don't. I would have
You guys need me to read it again?
Kayla, because she's out there?
No. No, that's a great guess. Not Kayla.
Okay.
By the way, what the hell is Kayla going to do?
Also,
Kiss
and
people?
I did check.
That would make people feel better if she just went around
That's
kissing
true.
people.
Oh.
No, I did check. She was not on campus yesterday, and
thank
her and
God.
her husband are both safe because he used to work there.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, so
I wish I had not seen this because I would have nailed it.
Let me read it. Let me read it again. tomorrow I'm flying to Vegas. I was supposed to tour Raider Stadium. Instead, I'll find a way to volunteer. After Route 91, I helped. After Uvalde, I helped. Now after UNLV, I will help. Because that's what you do. When your community falls down, you pick them back up. #Vegas.
So it's somebody that was supposed to tour the stadium, so they have some sort of connection.
No, don't let that throw you.
No?
Don't let that throw you at all.
Is this person over 6'7"?
First of all, no. First of all, I read that and I went, oh, who is this that I know that's going to be so helpful and all that? And I looked and I went, oh, Jesus.
I got to be honest with you. I have no idea.
Me either.
That's Nervous Jared.
Oh, no.
He was going to Vegas to tour Raider Stadium, and now he has been called to help the people of Las Vegas. What the hell is he going to do? That's why I say, what's Kayla going to do?
Listen, he's part of that community. He
What
was
community?
Out with Vegas. He was out there. Remember, he was working with Kayla.
Yeah, but now he works in
I know.
some
I'm just trying to make some
pecker
sort of
station
connection.
in Texas or something.
Not all heroes wear vampire capes.
I saw Nervous Jared works on air with JD, works in Texas somewhere, and I went and looked at it, and the whole radio station has 1,000 followers, so that can't be a very big station. So what is he going to do? Put on his vampire cape and go out and save the world?
Maybe he's going to give blood that he stored up over the years.
I am here with all of the blood. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a little bit late, but time for a brand new open letter from Galvin.
And now, an open letter from Galvin.
This is an open letter to people that are way too thirsty for attention. Dear people that are way too thirsty for attention. Seriously? So we had our company Christmas party the other night. And woo, are people thirsty out there. We had a karaoke contest where people could win money, and every contestant that went up to sing, there was one person that was trying to draw all the attention away from them the entire time. I don't want to say who it is, but I will give you their initials. Open Mouth Sally. He was dancing and jumping around like a 9-year-old on the Jumbotron for the first time at a pro sports game, and it was his birthday, and he just ate 14 sheet cakes and drank 2 liters of Coke, and then also did 4 lines of actual Coke. Now, you might say, Galvin, he was just supporting the people that were singing and trying to hype up the crowd. And to you, I say, shut your stupid face. He was so thirsty that Niagara Falls of attention could not have quenched his thirst. It was so gross. People that need that much attention really bother me. And I know that's probably a weird thing to say for a guy that depends on people liking him to make a living. But unless we're performing something, I'm one of the quietest people in the room. Because I'm not thirsty. I don't need your approval. Maybe it's because I think I'm better than you. Or maybe it's because I don't care about your opinion. I mean, not you people. You guys are cool. You know who I mean. People that are on social media are super thirsty. People are dying to get views. Literally dying to get views. How many clicks or followers would it take for you to jump a speeding car or hang off a skyscraper? You know what the right answer is? None. I will never do it. And yes, I know that views and followers equals money, but there's a funny thing about money. It's really hard to spend when you're a pool of blood on the ground. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to people that are way too thirsty for attention.
All right, can I throw out something and you're going to get mad at me? I great open letter, appropriate. I was there. I know what you're talking about. But there's also part of me that is like, I don't know. No, like, you're right, Calvin. I take it back.
I am right.
The guy, Scotty, that you're talking about, I'm sorry, did we give out his name?
No. I gave out his initials, Open Mouth Sally.
He is a very excited person. He likes to be out there. He likes to do all this stuff. But he did pick the inappropriate times. Let other people have the spotlight.
Yeah, they're doing it. That's their performance. Let them perform. Stop trying to draw the attention away. He was not supporting them. He was not trying to hype up the crowd. He was trying to draw the attention away.
And then the opposite of that is Sean, who works in sales, who had the striped shirt on, the shiny striped shirt, the bald kid.
Yeah.
He was out there having a ball, but not when everybody else was. And I thought, I'm so happy that these people are having such a good time. and dancing and having fun because that kid's always all work. I never see him,
have a great time.
Yeah.
And that was
but
fine.
not taking away from other people's.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So.
And by the way, he is not a very excited, happy person. I met him before. Listen to me. I'm telling you right
Carmen,
now.
can you go get him?
Yeah.
I met him when he first got to the station. He was doing promotions.
Yeah.
And he was on, I was at a car dealership and he was out there with me. Totally normal. I was talking to him.
He grew.
No, he put on a fake persona. He's fake.
Let's ask him.
Oh, man, this is gonna get
No, I mean, like I gave a speech in front of the whole company and called him the gayest employee that we have, and he's not even gay. So
he got up and he said, "Honey, if you thought I was coming not to sing," and what did you say?
What?
He's not gay.
I said he used a triathlete gayness.
Yeah.
Is what my exact quote was. Meanwhile,
I'm
there were
impressed
other
he-
real gay people there that he was way gayer than.
I'm impressed he did the Iron Man thing. That's pretty.
Oh, that's
cool.
very impressive.
Yeah.
Of course, but he's got. Yeah.
Oh, Scotty is in the building.
Is he in? Is he
Were
on
you
headphones?
talking about me?
Yes.
Oh man.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, good morning to y'all.
This is Scotty, the body, who is. I don't know. Are we still calling you that?
It goes around town, but I just kind of call myself Scotty now.
That's not what we're calling you.
I call you that.
Yeah, you can call me that.
But Scott works at Magic 94.1. Is that right? Did I get that right?
94.9. Come on, we're
Damn
your
it,
neighbors.
I was so close.
Literally next door.
Okay. Anyway, there was you were at the event the other night, the Christmas party, and I called you gay a couple of times.
Yeah.
You still maintain you're not gay, correct?
Yeah, true. I am not gay.
You should tell your boyfriend.
Well,
He's gonna
be heartbroken.
Yeah, it's gonna be devastating.
I will tell you, Scott has a very attractive girlfriend. Who now? Did she also train with you when you were training for these marathons? Because she was wearing some leather pants and filled those out just fine.
She is a CrossFitter, so she lifts heavy weight.
Yeah.
Where I lift, but I love to go on a long run, and she hates that.
She's a CrossFitter and Scotty's a bi-fitter.
Hey, Galvin maintains that you, when you first started here, were not the happy-go-lucky, excited Scott that you are now. That you were just chill and you were normal, and then I said you grew as time went on, and Galvin said no, phony persona.
No, I think it's actually I came in way more energetic and just naive, and I've been able to navigate that by all right, I'm a little more chill now. I can know when to ramp it up, but I think when I first came in, I was even more annoying than I am now.
I gotta be honest.
See, that's why I love him.
By the way, that's impossible. One, that's impossible. Two, so Scott, you were out, you were doing promotions, and you were out at one of the car dealerships that I was doing a remote at, and we talked, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm in USF, and I want to try and get a radio, and do this and blah blah blah," and talking like this, like a total normal conversation. Now every time I see you, you're like Madam Butterfly, and it is so over the top.
Well, I will be honest. I mean, when I first talked to you, I remember that conversation. I was extremely nervous and intimidated because I was like, "Wow, all right, this dude is."
Galvin is
on
very,
the radio.
very
He's doing what I want to
intimidating.
do.
Yeah.
Well, when you first come in, you're like, wow, this is a big show. I just started. I don't want to come across.
Stop trying
as
to
like,
put me over. I know what you're trying to do. I know.
Well,
exactly
now
what
I
you're
can
trying
show you my
Listen,
true colors. You'd be like, all right, cool.
You've seen Mike can get people fired. He blows entire stations.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
That is
Here I
not
am.
true. I have nothing to do with any of that stuff. Don't fall for that stuff, Scotty. Listen, there's plenty of people here that wouldn't be here if I had that power.
Like,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
List them. Name a few.
I'm just saying.
To get an idea.
I gotta be honest with you. That's so not. That was such a lie. All the people I hate are gone.
Yeah.
Like everybody
you
here.
fired them.
Pretty solid.
I didn't fire anybody,
job.
but if you think
Well.
about it, they are all gone.
why
Make
is
a call.
that?
Because I know why I hated them, because they were terrible employees.
But why aren't they here anymore?
Because they were terrible employees.
Did you ever voice your opinion to anybody about that?
But I'm gonna tell you right now.
See you later.
On my children's lives, I've never had secret meetings or management.
I'll just send an email.
It's just wide in the open.
Yeah.
and Mike's listen to show.
Yeah, I will say it on the air, but nobody's listening to this show and going, "He's right. We should fire that guy."
Yeah,
Even I
and
go
by
into
the way,
they're like, oh, we heard your name mentioned. I'm like, oh, sorry.
And by the way, I've been in the room with you and people who are in charge of those decisions, and I know what we talk about.
Hey, can I just throw this out? I like Scott. I'm happy he's here.
I'm saying I don't like him.
No, I know.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying if he gets fired at some point, I don't want everybody to think it's my fault. I like him. I've actually gone and said that kid Scott, he works really hard. He's a good kid. So I've done the opposite.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm still around right now.
No, probably not. Nobody's keeping you on because of me. Trust me. I'm just saying. Equally, I voiced my opinion for the good and the bad. I'll tell you this. When I found out about the Vibe coming on, I said, may I throw my 2 cents in? I said, you guys are missing the boat with Dizzy. I said, if there's an opportunity for Dizzy to do something on that station, you should do it because he's a diamond in the rough, man. And so that's it. I say a lot of good things, too. You guys think I always get everybody fired. I loved SBK. Who was a bigger SBK fan than me? And I didn't have anything to do with that. Jesus Christ. How did this all turn on me?
So what's your point?
My point is Scott's gay, and we all know.
I'm just living my life the best way I can.
I'm just kidding with you. All right. Well, good, Scott. Good for you. You can listen to him. Watch this on Magic 94.9.
Come on, I'll take that.
See, that's not gay. Alvin, why would you think that's gay?
Why would you think in a million years? The guy who said, honey, if you didn't think I came to sing.
Scott, if you're not gay, do you do what we do? Just sit around and think about Danielle while you're in there?
Oh, my gosh. You always ask me the questions that, I work so close to these people. I feel like those thoughts would get in the way.
It's got to be uncomfortable in that room.
Earlier, Mike said that he wants to bang Sam.
I did not. I didn't say that.
I don't care that she's married.
Did you
No,
see
I didn't say that.
That's because you saw the picture right
Yeah,
there.
that's why.
But I was
knows.
saying that I thought she looked attractive. Oh, man.
Scotty, now when you saw that picture, did you think she was sexy or did you want to wear that outfit?
Dang it! I'm going to be honest. I thought about recreating it.
Yeah,
You probably have a cat, don't you?
Mike tried to fire Sam's husband. He doesn't even work here.
That's true. All right, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you for the time, y'all.
All right, pal. See you later.
Not only does Scott have a cat, he has that singlet too.
I like him. I think he's a hard worker.
I didn't say I don't
I know,
like
but I
him.
need to say
Why
these
didn't
things.
you say what you said before that?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Galvin.
Oh.
What did I say?
About your open letter. You didn't address him at the party.
I said he was the fakest person in the world and he's gay. What more do you want me to say?
Right to his face.
That's pretty much sums it up.
I wasn't listening.
All right, let's.
He's always so nice, though.
You're next.
That's the thing.
Thank
You can go up to him and you can be like, "Listen to me. You look terrible. Your breath is bad, and I think you stink." And he'd be like, "You're the best. So nice to see you." And I don't know. I like him. I think out of the show he was on, him being the only one that survived was the smart part. You know what I mean? All right, let's give some stuff away right now with a little bit of who's tweeted it. Here we go.
Let the tweeting begin. It's time to play Who's Tweeted It Anyway? On the Mike Calta Show.
Carmen, 1 week from tomorrow is the live Christmas party on the air. It's where we exchange gifts. It's where we pay the person who wins the death pool. We do it all to wrap up the year.
1 week from Friday.
What did I say?
Tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday. 1 week from tomorrow.
1 week from tomorrow. Man, this week's going slow. Where are you going? We're in the middle of a goddamn show, and you just get up and walk away?
Jeez, man.
Jesus Christ. Ask him to just wait for a minute until we do this. So 1 week from tomorrow is our Christmas party, and I want you to come here to be in the party with us.
Okay.
But I also want Dizzy to come here and be in the party with us.
So you want Dizzy over me? Okay, I'll run the board.
No.
I gotcha.
Dizzy came up with a great idea. We're going to ask Will to run the board because Dizzy said, quote, Will ain't got no Johnny B show. So tell Will to run the board. And if he does, for a day, I'll call it the Mike and Will show so that he feels better about things.
I am texting him right now.
All right. Good. All right. In the meantime, it is time for us to play Who's Tweet. I want to read a tweet that has been tweeted by a member of this radio staff, the on-air staff here at The Bone. And if we get 3 right, we will be a winner, and that will correlate for a prize for you. Galvin, what do we got today?
All right. So your first tweet up is 2 great Irish voices, Shane McGowan and Sinead O'Connor.
Excuse me. We have a little bit of breaking news.
Okay.
The UNLV shooter,
a
professor.
Oh.
What?
At the school?
Yeah, hold on. UNLV shooting suspect was professor who had applied for a job.
Damn.
Oh, it was somebody who did not get a job.
Did not go well.
Yeah.
Did not go well.
Okay, I'm sorry. Back to the tweet.
So the tweet reads, Two great Irish voices, Shane McGowan and Sinead O'Connor. R.I.P. Shane. Hashtag Pogues.
Done.
Carmen's done. Gio's done. Mike's done. Spanish is done. All right, Carmen, I'm going to start with you. Whose tweet is that?
Stupid tweet, stupid Mo.
See, that's Mo. Mike Calta, who you got?
I have Mizzo.
All right. Spanish?
Racist tweet, racist Mo.
And Gio.
Mo.
Everybody says that is Mo. Everybody gets a point on that one. Starting out a little easy.
And we all believe that Mo loved the Pogues.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that he actually owned the stuff. Yeah. This one has a retweet quote. So the actual tweet is from the Daily Mail, and it says, British people reveal why they really look down on Americans. And then the tweet from the person on the Bone staff says, I can assure you the feeling is mutual. Whose tweet is that?
What's the story tweet again?
The story tweet says, it says, British people reveal why they really look down on Americans. And then it has a link to the story and stuff. And the tweet says, I can assure you the feeling is mutual.
Done.
Mike's done. Spanish is done. Carmen's done.
Done.
Gio's done. Spanish, I'm going to start with you. Whose tweet is that?
When in doubt, Will Kuntz it out.
You said that's Will Kuntz. Now, where can we find him on the Bone?
Mike and Will show next Friday.
Saturday morning. All right. Gio, who you got?
That is Will Kuntz.
You say that's Will Kuntz. Carmen, what do you think?
Kunzi.
And Mike Kelta?
I thought about Kunzi, but I went with a little bit meaner, and I said you, Galvin.
3 say Kuntz. 1 says me. Mike Kelta, you do not get a point. Everybody else does. That was Will Kuntz. Currently, everybody has 2, except for Mike only has 1. How you like that?
I don't.
Well, deal with it. All right, your next one. This has a video, a little GIF of Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone when he runs up to the camera and goes, ah! And it says, FSU fans today on social media.
You mother. I was cursed.
Whose tweet is that? Mike's done.
Done.
Carmen's done. Spanish is done.
Done.
Gio's done. Mike Kelta, you could tie it up here. Who you got?
That is my friend Johnny Ballsack.
You said it's Johnny B.
Of the Johnny B, Not Johnny B and Will show.
Carmen, you could win it all right here. Who you got?
That is Greg off the mic.
Greg off the mic. Spanish, you could win it right here.
I said that was Monica.
You said it's Monica. Gio, you're not happy about this tweet, but it could make you a winner if you get it right. Who you got?
I recently blocked this person on Twitter for filling up my mentions with his garbage. That is Greg off the mic and off my Twitter feed.
Ooh, wow. You block Greg?
Yes.
You haven't?
I don't think I ever followed him.
I didn't follow him, and I muted him. No points.
Oh.
That was Mo.
Damn it.
That was Mo putting that out there, trying to hurt your
You
feelings.
double motive.
He doesn't know anything about
He
sports.
doesn't. He's Mr. Topical. Let me try and jump in the mentions. Scumbag.
All right. So your next tweet says, my please, that's how it's written now, please take away my headache kit. And that has an emoji with like a bandage on the head.
Done.
It says at Advil Relief, at Diet Coke, hashtag
Done.
ice pack. And it has a picture of it. You're not, listen, I got more facts for you.
All right,
It has an ice pack.
Done.
It has Advil there. And it has Diet Coke. And the koozie that the Diet Coke in is an Eagle koozie.
Oh! Done.
If anybody wants to change anything, now's the time.
Wait a minute.
Done.
Done.
Done? Done? Everybody done?
Dun 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 dun. I got enough breath for this.
Mike Kelta, let's tie it up. Who you got?
Emojica.
You said it's Monica. All right. Carmen, you can win it.
She's literally half 50-50 Diet Coke. That is Monica.
All right. You said it's Monica. Spanish, who do you think it is?
I also said Emojica.
You said Monica. Gio, who you got?
The Eagles koozie makes no sense at all, but I still had to go Monica.
Everybody said Monica. Everybody's right. We have a 3-way tie. Mike Kelta's out.
All right, let's do this.
Mike Kelta's out.
God damn it.
Mike Kelta's out. You're out. All right, this next one has the picture of Taylor Swift on the cover of Time Magazine, Person of the Year. She's holding her cat.
Reminds me of Sam.
but the cat's face is now Travis Kelce's face.
Oh.
And it says, very nice of Taylor Swift to let Travis Kelce be in her 2023 Time Magazine Person of the Year cover photo.
I know this one.
Too bad.
One more time.
It'd be good if you were in the game. It says, very nice of Taylor Swift to let Travis Kelce be in her 2023 Time Magazine Person of the Year cover photo. And it is the cover photo for Time Magazine where she has her cat around her shoulders, but instead of the cat's face, it has Travis Kelce's face.
Done.
Same as my Person of the Year.
Carmen's done.
Done.
Gio's done.
Done.
Spanish is done. Spanish? You win it all right here. Who you got?
When a devil coots it out?
You said it's Will Kuntz. Gio, who do you think it is?
I went Dizzy.
You went Dizzy.
I don't feel confident in that.
Carmen, you win it all right here. Who do you think it is?
That is Topical Mo.
So 3 different answers.
Uh-huh.
All 3 tied. Somebody, if they got it right, will win.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you want to let Mike guess?
No.
And if he gets it right, he's back in?
Ooh.
No. That means
But
none of us got it, so no. No. Do the equation, guys.
Yep,
no.
yep, no.
Mike's out.
I
No.
vote no.
You're right, Carmen. None of you got it. That was Brett. You did not get that one right.
We don't follow him.
All right,
They're
next
far
one.
back
Don't.
Next one
No.
just has a picture of a fishing pole with water, and it says "Gone fishing."
Done.
Gio's done.
For the win.
Done.
Carmen's done.
Why so slow?
Done.
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 Spanish, you want me to set an alarm for you to?
Oh, it's because you were late.
Spanish, who you got?
I said Mo.
You say Mo. Carmen, who do you think it is?
He's on vacation right now in the Keys. That's Will Kuntz.
Oh.
No, he's not. Johnny B's in the Keys.
No.
Oh, Johnny
right?
B's on a cruise.
Johnny B lost his keys. Gio, who do you think it is?
He's on vacation right now. That's Mike Calta.
Oh, darn it.
No points. That was Corey Cardinal.
Oh, what?
You guys are really
Didn't you
screwed.
have a fishing post?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that wasn't
but
it,
I
though.
did not fit. Not that.
Oh, man.
This next one has a video, and it's from Cheers, and it has some stuff, whatever. But the tweet from the person who is on the Bone staff says, "This is why Frasier was one of my favorite characters from Cheers. Oddly, was not a fan when he went solo. But anyway, this is classic."
He just
Done.
went solo like he's in a rock band.
Carmen's done.
Oh,
Gio's
done.
done. Not confident.
Done.
Spanish is done. Gio, who you got?
Drew Garabo.
You said it's true. Spanish, what do you think?
When a devil coots it out?
Carmen, you can win it all right here.
Those shows are old. He's old. That's Mo.
One of you just won the game.
That's Mo. Damn it.
Carmen is your champion.
Yes! Suck it, loser.
I gotta tell you, Carmen has taken over this game.
Good. I got
it.
to start tweeting more, man. I haven't tweeted in a long time other than like reposts and a couple of things. So before we go to break and bring Martine in the studio, I want to tell you about my friends at Zero Res. I know you've been looking around and you're thinking, man, this place is going to be filled with people in a couple of days for the holidays. I want to get it all nice and clean. Well, if you go to ZeroResTampaBay.com, you can get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. Then you mention me, and I will throw in a hallway. I will connect all 3 of your rooms with a hallway for free if you give ZeroResTampaBay.com a call today. You call them at 813-375-9960 or easily schedule online at ZeroResTampaBay.com. You can have them come on out and do 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. Tell them you heard about it on my show, and we throw the hallway in for free. And you know that Zero Res only uses their patented ZR water, which means there's no harsh chemicals. It's safe for your pets. It's safe for your kids. It dries nice and clean and fluffy, and it dries quick, so nothing's in there to attract dirt, so it gets dirty again real quick. You get Zero Res, you get not only clean, but you get insanely clean. Go to ZeroResTampaBay.com, book your appointment online today, and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Zero Res, spell it backward or forward. It's the right way to clean. Martine Gramatica, football player, lifeguard imaging spokesman, in the studio with us next for our football picks on 102.5 The Bone.
You're
It is 9:20 on the Mike Calta Show. In the studio with us is our friend Martine Gramatica. Martine, of course, former kicker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Dallas Cowboys, also spokesman for Lifeguard Imaging. All that put aside, I got to ask you a question. I know you for a long time. We found out that I met you one time when you were playing, when you were on a date with your wife, and it turned out that was your first date. So I remember I've known you for a long time. If you woke up the next day and your wife was tweeting that the coach was a liar, and that, how hard is that to deal with?
I knew you were going there.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to
not even pertaining to Godwin, just
anybody.
Yourself.
I'm just saying anybody, any player. You put so much pressure, and why? I mean, he's the one that has to deal with the coach, deal with the facility. Now all his teammates are going to be there. I remember, I don't know if I think it was my rookie year where there was one player that started dating another girl that played college golf or whatever, and she was always around, and the guy started talking about this guy just got here, and they talk about how much love they're in, and they were going to get married right away, love at first sight. We're like, dude, you're a football player. Come on, you got to be tough. You can't talk about this lovey-dovey. So now when your wife chimes in, I'm like, when I started reading these things, I'm like, why? And when a coach goes up to the press conference, he doesn't have all the stats and numbers in front of him.
Right.
And there's something's going on, whether he doesn't have chemistry with Baker or they're double teaming him.
Yeah.
You got to realize, I know Mike Evans is our star.
But you can't do everything alone, even though Mike's found a way to do that.
Right.
You need and Chris Godwin's a great receiver. But I'm just saying, regardless of whether she's right or not, the fact that she chimed in today causes more problems for him. Unless, though, these guys point out this morning, they seem like a very close couple, unless they talked about it and she's like, I'm going to say something. He was like, good, say something. I don't care. I don't know him very well.
Apparently, from what I hear, I don't know them very well at all, but her dad was his coach in high school.
Okay.
So she knows football. She's been around football.
I'm not even saying she's wrong.
Right.
She might be 100% right, but that's a bold move to call a coach a liar and to put that out there when it's unnecessary. But also the difference is between you, like your situation, like her handle for Instagram is Mrs. 12.
Right.
You need to have your own identity and be your own person and do your own thing. Like my wife is never like, I'm Mrs. Cowhead, never.
Was that just Tom Brady's girl then?
Yeah.
No, he used to be 12.
Right, I'm sorry. Well, I think her thing is Mrs. 12 anyway.
Yeah, because he used to be 12. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. Like, keep your mouth shut. Let him deal with it. He's the one, if he has an issue with the coach, he's the one that should do it.
Yeah.
And it needs to be closed doors. This social media stuff is ridiculous because now it went viral, and it's going to be on ESPN. It's going to be on every sports channel. Everybody's going to talk about.
You got to know about that before you hit send. You got to know that no matter what, that's going to happen. I mean, it wasn't like she was just saying, "Hey, good game." She was calling the coach a liar,
right?
And that I think is going to create more problems for him. And I don't know him. I don't know anything. I don't think that he gave it the thumbs up, because if he did, he may have been the one to say it.
He's a nice, humble guy. Well, that's the same thing with Mike. We don't hear anything, and this is why I don't think they get the credit for being as great as they are, because they're not in trouble. They're not they're not the prima donna typical wide receivers. They're just hard workers that have great stats.
Mike Evans would rather be home playing Fortnite and reading Harry Potter books than he would be being out at a strip club or doing any of the other stuff.
Oh, and he's so nice. We run into him at restaurants and stuff, and he always comes up to my kids, recognizes he goes up to them and says hello. What superstar does that when he recognizes a kid?
He also makes me feel good. I saw him at his charity event last week, and I always introduce myself, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Mike." He's like, "I know who you are," and I'm like, "All right, that's cool." Even if he doesn't, he makes me feel like he knows. Yeah, I love the guy. I think he's a fantastic player, and I think he's good. Same thing with Godwin. Great player, great guy. The couple times I met him, he seems wonderful and great to have him on the team. I just think that this is a headache. Wife also very nice. I've met her a couple of times. Galvin's met her a couple of times. Right. She's a very nice lady, and I don't think that she's doing anything but defending her husband just the wrong way of doing it, the way that's going to cause him some problems.
That's the thing. I think before she hit send, she didn't realize what this is going to cause in the locker room, because now players could come out at him and it's like, hey, keep your wife out of this, or don't let your wife do this, because now it's created so much talk in the lot, and And now everybody's going to look at next game. Are they going to throw it to him more or are they not? So if they don't throw it to him, it's like, well, maybe now they're doing it on purpose. If they force it and now we have an interception, well, Godwin's wife forced that pass.
Everything's their fault.
Yeah, she's done now.
Man. He could score 3 touchdowns and they're going to go. Might have been 4 if Godwin's wife didn't open her mouth. Yeah. I just think I knew the minute I read this, the story this morning, I went, this is going to be a headache. And I can't wait to ask Martina about this because, only you would know. I was saying I don't get a lot of, the opportunities for my wife to chime in with things. But if she did that, I'd be like, are you? But also, I don't control her. You know what I mean? I'd wish that she would be smart enough not to do that, but I can't. I don't control her. I could ask her to not do something.
I would say, as a partner, don't you respect your partner in that sense because it's his job, not hers?
Yeah.
So if he said, just like you, like if it was something for your job, and you said, "Hey, Amanda, can you please just not say or post anything?" She would respect that and not post it.
She's been a couple of people have gone at her, during my radio fights, and she said, I should say, and then she's like, I'm not going to say anything. I go, yeah, it's just, once you get involved now, it becomes, now you also open yourself up to being attacked and criticized and all that. Just stay out of it. It's easier.
Right. If she would have stayed under the radar, nobody would say anything. But now if all these Buck fans could go at her now.
Yeah.
Because she opened that. And the thing is, if you're a couple, you should communicate before you hit send because it's his career, and not that she... Listen, my wife would come home crying sometimes with things that she would hear on the radio because when things aren't going well, they're going to be vicious.
And I'm sorry for saying that.
It's okay. We still love you, Mike. No, but she wasn't going. Back then, there wasn't social media, but it's not like she's calling these radio shows and this is not true.
Right.
You just deal with it at home. You know the truth, and then you just keep working. But that's just to expose it on social media. I don't think was right.
Yeah, and again, I think the thing she has going for her is we probably all agree with her. We're not saying she's wrong, but it just wasn't her spot. So, all right, Martina's here. I'm not going to say who it is, but I told you off the air. But I have a friend of mine who is an athlete who told me that they had a calcium score of 2,000 the other day, and I went, woohoo! Woohoo! Finally, somebody else in my league. And I'll tell you, though, no better way to approach that than to know about it. I have my, 4th cardiologist appointment tomorrow after the show just to make sure. And had I not found out, because the one thing about heart disease, you don't really have any symptoms. You can have chest pains, you can have short breathing, but then you can be like, well, I could have done this, I could have done that. When you go get the lifeguard imaging scan, you know exactly where you stand, and it's not only your heart, it's your whole body.
Right. Cancer's the same way, Mike. There's so many cases where there's no symptoms whatsoever, and then once that first symptom, especially with pancreatic cancer, when a patient has symptom of pancreatic cancer, it's usually a death sentence. I mean, I think it's a 3 to 5% survival rate once they have that symptom. Oof. And our machine, the way it's programmed, and then where Frankie ran the office in Atlanta, they discovered pancreatic cancer pre-stage 1 and saved a woman's life.
Really?
And nobody's scanning for the pancreas. So yeah, it's incredible what we can see with our scanner.
So I would like to because what's the other thing? Not the prostate, but the
colon.
The colon. I would like to have the virtual one done before I have to go
all
and
day.
do the other thing. Yeah.
No, I don't see why anybody wouldn't do the virtual first, especially for a first colonoscopy, because if there's no polyps, that's it. You're done for 5 to 10 years, depending on what your doctor recommends, and it's so much less invasive. But the biggest thing is we create a 3D image of the whole colon, so if there's any cancer on the outside, we'll see it.
Yeah.
Because there's patients that have passed away of colon cancer after having clean colonoscopies. The cancer was outside and it seeped in.
You didn't see it.
Right.
I'd like to see what my colon looks like in 3D.
It's amazing. I haven't seen yours
specifically, Mike's.
I bet mine's amazing.
Well,
if you had let me ask you this: if you had the opportunity, say they said, Martine, we have to go in your stomach and remove your appendix, maybe or whatever, but we're gonna video it. Would you want to see it afterwards?
No.
Why?
I'm one of those. I see those videos when somebody breaks something or blood.
Yeah.
I can't do that, so I would not want to see that. I had my knee scoped once. and it was an epidural.
Yeah, so you don't feel anything.
Right. So they're like, do you want to watch? And at one point, and I was young, I was 16 at the time. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, no. And they put a curtain, and there was literally I could see the screen right there.
Yeah.
I know, but I could feel him moving it, but you didn't feel anything. It was the weirdest thing.
I know. That is
and then
weird.
waking up or trying to wake things up that you may want to use in the future. That thing wasn't waking up fast enough. I was worried.
When my wife got her epidural for childbirth, she was out of it too, but she was like, oh, I can't move my legs. I can't feel my leg. And then they were all itchy afterwards.
Oh,
yeah, that didn't sound like it was fun.
That's the worst feeling.
If you want to go get scanned and have peace of mind, what the hell was that, Carmen?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you farted.
She's kicking me out.
If you want to get scanned and have peace of mind, they got a free heart scan for bone listeners. All you need to do is go to lifeguardimaging.com and make your appointment. Go there and see Martine. Let him know you're a listener. Don't necessarily have to say you're a personal friend of mine. Just call up there and say, I listen to The Bone. I'd like to come in there for a free heart scan. And I'm telling you, you'll leave there with an entirely different... Look at Robert Kelly at his fattest, went in there and got scanned and had a score of a 16. Now he's down 100 pounds. He looks great. I mean, these things are catalysts for getting stuff done.
And we're having, for anybody that wants to be part of our legacy program, we're having some holiday specials. So when they come in, our patient advocates will explain everything. And then obviously military, police, and firefighters, we have great deals for them as well. We appreciate their service. So anybody that calls in and schedules their appointment, we'll take care of them.
Good. Okay, lifeguardimaging.com. Tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta show, and they will definitely hook you up. We have week 14 to do for football picks. Carmen, do you want to go over the standings real quick, or just tell Martine what place he's in before you pick?
Let's go over standings.
Apparently I didn't win.
Real quick, no problem. All right, so in dead last right now with 0 wins and 1 loss, Martine. Next.
How's your colon feeling now?
With
it's
one.
It's going to be sore when I got to pay that bill.
Listen, you just need to win 1 because
Thank
right
you,
above
Carmen.
you, I have to believe in
I'm
you.
running out of weekends.
With 1 win and 7 losses, Spanish.
Ooh. And Spanish didn't pick for a month, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. 1 whole month.
Mm-hmm.
And then with 3 wins, we have a 3-way tie between Mike, myself, and Joe.
Woo.
Then Gio with 4 wins. In second place with 5 wins, 2 losses is Galvin.
Right.
And right now in first place with 5 wins, 1 loss is Ian Beckel.
Oh, that's catchable.
That's going to hurt, though, to buy him dinner. That's going to hurt.
That's true.
And you
Because
can't
he's
eat.
hungry.
You
Yeah.
gotta sit and watch.
Oh, man. All right, well, let's get into week 14. Here we go. Spanish, you're doing awesome.
Yeah.
Spanish Patriots at the Steelers. What do you got?
Steelers.
Martine.
Steelers.
Gio.
Steelers.
Carmen.
Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Steelers too. Pep.
Steelers.
And Galvin.
Mitchburg. Let's go Trubisky.
Mitchburg.
Steelers.
And Ian has Steelers if you want to do his.
I do, please, because he was very hurt that he was the winner.
Yeah.
We weren't giving out his picks. Pep, Texans of Houston at the Jets.
Texans.
I will say the Jets. Martine.
Texans.
Carmen.
Texans.
Galvin.
Texans.
Oh, boy. Spanish.
Texans.
Gio.
You know Rodgers isn't their quarterback, right?
No, I know.
No.
I know.
Texans.
I'm a big Zach Wilson guy. And
He isn't either.
Ian.
Texans.
Who is that?
It's the other guy. It's not Wilson, right?
No, they announced
They
Zach
switched
Wilson.
it back.
Oh, they
Now
switched it
Wilson
back,
is
okay.
gonna
Yeah,
start.
So it's
that's
back
what
to
I was
Wilson,
saying.
right?
Yep.
No.
Good luck.
He finally wanted to play.
Pep. Rams at the Ravens.
Ravens.
Carmen.
Ravens.
Martine.
Ravens.
Spanish.
Ravens.
Gio.
Ravens.
Galvin.
Mike's favorite, Ravens.
Ravens.
Panthers at the Saints. Martine.
Saints.
I too take the Saints. Carmen.
Saints.
Pep.
Saints.
Galvin.
Saints.
Gio.
Saints.
Spanish.
Saints.
Gio. Colts at the Bengals.
Bengals.
Spanish.
Colts.
Carmen.
I am taking the Bengals. Ian is taking the Colts.
I will take the Bengals. Martine.
Colts.
Galvin.
I'm going Colts.
And Pappy.
Colts.
The Jaguars at the Browns. Galvin.
I'm going Browns.
Ooh, Spanish.
Jags.
Gio.
Browns.
Martine.
Jags.
I will go Jags. Carmen.
Ian and I are both going Browns.
All right. And Pep.
What can Brown do for you?
The Lions at the Bears. I will take the Lions. Galvin.
In a real fight, I would pick the Bears, but I'm going Lions.
Martine.
Lions.
Carmen.
Lions and Lions.
Gio.
Lions.
Spanish.
Lions.
All right. Pap.
Lions.
Already picked. No, sorry. The Seahawks at the 49ers. Carmen.
We're both going 49ers.
I will go 49ers. Pap.
Niners.
Galvin.
Niners.
Martine.
49ers.
Spanish.
49ers.
Gio.
49ers.
The Vikings at the Raiders. I'm going Vikings. Martine.
Vikings.
Gio.
Vikings.
Galvin.
Raiders.
Carmen.
Vikings and Vikings.
Spanish.
Vikings.
And Pap.
Vikings.
Pap. The Broncos at the Chargers.
Broncos.
Galvin.
Broncos.
Martine.
Chargers.
Carmen.
I'm going Chargers. Ian is going Broncos.
Gio.
Chargers.
I will go Broncos. Spanish.
Broncos.
The Bills at the Chiefs. Gio.
Chiefs.
Spanish.
Bills.
Martine.
Chiefs.
I will take the Chiefs. Pap.
Chieftains.
Galvin.
Chiefs.
Carmen.
I'm going Chiefs. Ian is going Bills.
Okay, only a couple left. We got the Eagles at the Cowboys. This will probably be the best game of the week. Martine.
Cowboys.
Pap.
Cowboys.
Gio.
Cowboys.
Spanish.
Eagles.
Galvin.
I don't like that Spanish picked them. Eagles.
Me either. Eagles.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Once he said it, I was like, oh, boy.
And Cowboys and Cowboys.
Thank you. Packers at the Giants. Carmen.
I am going Giants. Ian is going Packers.
Oh.
I will go Packers. Martine.
Packers.
Gio.
Packers.
Pap.
Packers.
Spanish.
Packers.
Galvin.
Packers.
The Titans at the Dolphins. Anybody not picking the Dolphins?
Nope.
Carmen.
We're both going Dolphins.
All right.
And I do have a question.
Yeah.
Can we do the Jags-Browns real quick? That was really confusing. I just want to make sure. I have Mike, Spanish, and Martine for Jaguars. Everyone else for the Browns?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Just want to make
You're
sure.
all over it. And finally, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on division rival Atlanta Falcons, a game that they have to win in Atlanta. They beat another division rival last week. Now, if we win, we're on a little bit of a roll. I go to you, Martine Gramatica.
I am going Bucks.
I am going Bucks. Carmen?
I am going Buccaneers. Ian is going Falcons.
Ooh. Ching-see. Gio?
Buccaneers.
Pap.
Falcons.
Galvin?
Falcons.
And Spanish.
Bucks.
All right, there
Let's
we go.
bake.
That's week 14 for you. Whew.
They gotta win. They have to win.
And
gotta
Falcons
win.
stink too.
I know they're not good,
The
but they gotta win.
Falcons stink, is what he said.
The Falcons do stink.
Yeah, I know, but it sounded like you said they.
They Falcon stink.
Yeah.
The whole Falcon team Falcon stinks. I got to stop before I screw it up. And also they're gonna big W for Mariah Godwin. So do it that way. Martine, thank you very much for coming in and for picking. Check out Martine at lifeguardimaging.com. You can actually go there and meet him. He's down there. He works there. You can see him and get yourself scanned and get healthy. That's it, huh? Tomorrow, Mark Tremonti from Creed is going to join us on the program. Do we have something else tomorrow? Or no?
Shane Torres. Rewind.
Oh, yeah, Shane Torres tomorrow. Shane Torres, a very funny comedian, good friend of the show. He's got a new special coming out this weekend on YouTube, and we'll talk to him on Friday. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Check us out on Instagram at the Mike Calta Show, and we will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Goodbye.